Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Banks, Mr. Mad Scientist, back in the saddle. Tuesday. AI, how you feeling, bro?
Hey, I am feeling a sense of relief and a sense of new beginnings all at the same time. So I'm ready for what's next. But we're definitely down here. We got the tribe out here tonight. We're going to have a good conversation about all the inner workings and the stuff we've got going on down here at Native on the Levee and some other side quests that we're on. Yeah, man, I'm excited about what we got going. We got John G and Yaman on the other side. Say what's up, guys.
Hey,
what's up?
What's up, y'all?
What up?
What's up? What's up?
What's cracking, bro? How you guys feeling? Highlander cool, checking in. Appreciate you always checking in every Tuesday. Right on key, bro.
Right on key.
So what's going on, man? What are you guys up to right now? How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. Everything all good.
All right. What's new in Yam's world, bro? What do you got going on?
Just getting back to the grind. I don't want to say I feel like I'm starting over, but it's just like a new start.
For sure. A little fresh start, yeah.
Fresh start. That's what I'm gonna call it.
There you go. You got a clean shaven, bro. Let's go. You ready to do it?
There you go.
How you feeling, bro? What's cracking?
Oh man, it is. March has definitely been the month of madness in John G's world. It has been a lot. Shout out to Tough. We lost a family dog yesterday.
Oh no, sorry to hear that.
No worries, man. It was time, and I'm so relieved. Andrew mentioned new beginnings, and there was a moment where I felt like I was very relieved, for Tough's new beginnings. And so shout out to everybody out there with fur babies. Tell your fur babies you love them. But with that said, while the month of March has been full of challenges, it's been full of opportunities and doors continuing to open for me. Be DJing my first wedding this weekend.
Hey,
Let's go. Okay.
That's it's crazy to me to think that I'm making the most money doing music than I've ever made. When just last year, I think we did a podcast around that time we did our last podcast together. I was sleeping out of my car. And next thing you know, doors just continue to open for us. The resilience is so critical.
Let's go, bro.
Andrew and I just did another Beyond the Stage sessions. We had Kyrie, B2B, and we also had Monty C. Benjamin. So shout out to those guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for making that an absolutely magical Beyond the Stage.
It was definitely. I'll kind of double down where he was at on that. Yeah, huge shout out to Monty C. Benjamin, man. It kind of started with the conversation with him back when we interviewed Deuces in October of 2024.
Shouts to Deuces.
Yeah, shout out to Deuces, man. Deuces is out there doing his thing.
Hey, look, Monty C. Benjamin just joined the chat
Hey,
after
Monty.
we shouted him out. His ears must have been burning.
Hey, Monty, what's up? Yeah, man.
What's up, brother?
The conversation kind of began back when when I was able to sit down with Deuces. Monty was actually on the couch during that event as our icebreaker, and then we were like, "Hey, we want to get one of our own events going." And then when sessions came to fruition, we were able to do Jordan Frank and Charlie John as our first sessions, and we're like, all right, from there, let's see what makes the most sense. Kind of talked things out with a few artists because I've been kind of in conversation with a few, and then Monty was like at the top of the list with it because I'm like, man, if I can get one with Monty and get another artist to blend with him, I think we got a banger of a show and some good content on the way. And then John G was like, hey man, I think this guy named Kyrie would be the dude to match with him. Then I had a conversation with Monty. Turns out Monty and Kyrie work together and they have a project together, and I think that in totality made for the event to be not only iconic for their scene, but like great for ours, because forever going forward, they're going to work together and they're going to continue, because they know us personally, they're going to continue to push out content that we can share, and we're going to work in unison because now they collectively work together, and now we're kind of a a triple team if you could
No,
do it. Yeah,
absolutely.
and I love that way of promotion because it's a collective.
That's what
right?
it's all about.
It's a collective.
It's a collective, and it's not just a community. It's a collective of communities. Somebody once said to me, I've probably said this before on at least one of our interviews, and I'll say it again. That Cincinnati, the greater Cincy area, is a lot like a bunch of lifeboats floating out at sea. And when somebody said that to me, I was like, right, so it's going to take somebody to tie those motherfuckers together so that we can have a big flotation device that no shark or whale can take a bite out of, straight up. And it's the hip-hop community, the jam band community, the DIY scene, the punk scene in Cincinnati, the electronic communities. I mean, these are all thriving niches with extremely talented people and impactful people, thought leaders in these communities with a voice that needs to be heard. So I'm super, super grateful that we're able to use Beyond the Stage as a platform to give artists and thought leaders a voice and quality content that they can use to elevate their brand as they go forward.
For sure, man.
Yeah, bro.
You said they got a DIY? A DIY?
DIY, that stands for do it yourself.
I
and
know.
that's honestly,
I was curious
that's
about
a
that.
vague term, man. I wonder if there's anybody in the chat. Shout out to anyone in the chat who has any fucking
So you mean
idea what the DIY scene even entails. Are you going to ask me to explain that right now?
What I was going to be
DIY?
like, 'cause if it was music, like I was about to be like, you mean like people who like
Do it
produce,
yourself in
record,
the sense
all
of
that
events and recording, right? So it's more analog, it's more old school, it's more it's people coming together with whatever scraps they got to make a music community happen. It's so funny we mentioned DIY. We were just a Radio Artifact with Devin Brooks, and Devin Brooks ran a venue called, oh God, what was it? It was the DeVita House, right, Andrew?
I believe so. Yes.
The DeVita House. And the DeVita House was a place where you would have punk shows and unique types of rock bands that you almost can't even generalize, and basement type shows. Very Jay, back me up here. Help me explain DIY scene.
The reason why I pointed out DIY because I'm like I feel like that's what's going on right now.
It has to,
You know
yeah,
what
for
I'm
sure,
saying?
man.
Like everybody, we're having your own home setup. You know what I'm saying? Your studio. And the
Mhm.
fact he mentioned analog, so I know I know what you're talking about. Like
Yeah, for sure.
that's before the digital era.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know when
The
when
fact
it,
we
I
have to
think it's dope.
clarify.
That's
right. When it comes to like the DIY, man, like I kind of feel like Yaman's right where, you've got to almost be like the Renaissance man. You've got to learn how to do it all, right? Like, it'd be great to have a filmographer, a videographer, a photographer, somebody to work social media, somebody to do your beats. But the more that you can learn on your own and do on your own, that's like Yam, when you and I were talking about, like, handing something over to a producer and say, hey, I'm looking to try to do this. They're going to have their own spin on it, but it might not be what was in your head that you're trying to get, right? So the whole DIY, like trying to learn how to do it yourself or come up from nothing, man. Because a lot of the times, especially at this day and age, it's like we're all struggling artists. Like we don't have a ton of capital. It's not like we've got a record label behind us that's pushing us. There still is to some extent. Some of our friends are still trying to do that, and it's working out for them. It's just taking, it's like a scene. It's not a scenic route. It's a direct route to get to where you're going, but it doesn't. It's not as self-gratifying as doing it on your own. You know what I mean? And Joseph Nevels is a prime example, bro. Like he's doing it all the right way. The record labels, he's got the features that he's doing and the placements, all of his music, like they're placing on different TV shows and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen with Jordan Frank when some of his stuff gets played on MTV. Like he doesn't know when it's going to happen. Like he'll know like a couple days before because he'll get an email
Right.
But like, you know, just being able to see your song like match up with something that happened on MTV, like that's a milestone in its own, right? But that's bringing a paycheck too that most people don't even equate into the situation where
Right,
like
don't even factor that in.
yeah,
at all.
I can have music from 5 years ago when I was you know, going through this crazy breakup. And like I don't feel that way anymore, but like that music's gonna relate to something.
Everybody goes through breakups, right?
yeah.
They always fuck. I mean, I don't know. It's very seldom I hear about a good breakup. Like, oh yeah, we just we had a great conversation and decided that the last 2 years of our life was, you know, not it, and we're just gonna move on. It's usually like, yeah, they cheated or somebody's not showing up. You know, they're just not. You know, even if they say in a PR sense, it didn't work out. What they meant is like somebody wasn't putting in the effort that they were looking for. You know, at the end of the day.
Right.
But
I just had a quick idea, bro. What if we put some metal cards on the outside of the glass and then held it on the inside of the glass with a piece of magnet. So magnet on this side of the glass, metal like 10% off card or a metal card to follow the podcast, you know, with a little QR code so they can peel it right off of that side of the window and then the magnet will just drop. You know what I mean? From this side. Think that'd work?
Yes, but why? Where they're gonna get the gift card here and just walk in the store?
It doesn't like a gift card really doesn't make sense to me. But we just had two kids that were just standing here just watching what was going
but
on.
if they could take something,
So if they can just peel that little metal card right off the window and then go home with it, like it's a little piece of
I see what you're saying.
of the podcast.
During the podcast, because like they're gonna be out like on like a normal Tuesday or normal like Friday, for example, like we put those clues out here and those get walked by. Like,
oh yeah,
we put the tickets out here and they just didn't even get seen.
Right.
Because they have to walk up, and I think a lot of people are afraid to touch stuff on windows.
Man, not according to these windows, bro. I got
Well, I was about to say
handprints,
Not the
face
fingerprints,
prints.
not the fingerprints, but if something's sitting there,
Okay.
is it okay for them to take?
Okay, here. What
know?
about something? You said a magnet. I like the magnet idea, but what if you had something that was magnetizing, like a small card holder out there, right? Just like a small metal card holder that was, or even just suction, like just stick one, something that's a little more inviting to take from, right? Like it's think a business card
It says,
holder.
please take one.
I like the.
But instead of saying "please take one," a different call to action of sorts that gets
Yeah.
the clue,
I
a
just-
clue-centric
the last one
call
that
to
drops
action.
The magnet
Grab
gets a
this shit.
percentage off.
Like
What is it?
Like
The last one
like,
that
or you
drops
could
the
even challenge them.
magnet
Bet
gets
you
a
won't grab.
percentage
Take
off.
one.
Oh, that's kind of fire.
Take this shit. What?
He said last
Last card that you pull and it drops the magnet, you get a percentage off on like merch.
You know, there's definitely a way that we can utilize this. We can have like a string that went from like one pillar to the other with the magnets on it. So when you pulled the card off, the magnet's not going to fall to the ground. It's just gonna loosen. Right.
Right, but still something that's interactive.
Yeah.
Right, something happens when they do it. I like the
And
idea.
only the misfits will grab them. You know what I mean? Like we don't want something out there that says please take one.
So once we do that, then we're gonna have to put
Please
some
don't
kind
take-
of
don't take
race
this.
car on a little track. So when the magnet falls, it hits the car, and the car goes down this thing, and then it goes.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So you
We could have used the brickery for that one.
you put like over the cars. Please don't touch the
I
cars.
swear they should do April Fools.
But, like,
They should do
please-
April Fools. April Fools, we're back. We were just kidding.
Yeah.
The levy would take them.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat. The levy hasn't done anything for a reason.
Well, you know, I mean, that's it. You know, they kind of just from what I was told, they left without even telling anybody.
They ghosted.
Like,
They won't answer them apparently. Still.
yeah, that's
But has any update been? I don't know.
no. I don't. I mean, I'm sure they've probably spoken with him by now, but you know, it's just it was a strange time for them to leave. Right? It's like, you know, literally, if you would have just waited 2 more weeks, you've got like Reds opening day, and then people parking down here just to walk to the Reds game, where, you know, Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoon all of a sudden are busy down here.
Yeah.
But you know, who knows, man? It's like from my perspective, they left at 15 months. I'm sure they probably had a plan of doing 12, and then the 12 didn't work out, and they said, well, let's give it 3 more months, just another quarter. And then if it doesn't work out by then, which obviously January, February and March, it's always the first quarter is always
So give
slow.
it a year and a half. But I mean, I just don't think it's enough time to see a business grow.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So you're not going to...
I mean, Gary talks about that shit too. Gary V talks about that,
Yeah.
how, it takes like 5 years for a company to get established in its own store. You know what I mean? Like, and what do they say? Like 85% of businesses don't make it within the first 12 months.
Yeah, I think it's more than more. Over half fail in the first year, and the ones that don't fail all take all take a loss. Like,
Yeah. Not with us. Not our first year, bro. That shit was impressive. Like, no, that during the 2020 COVID thing, like that's going to be such a weird time to look back on, right? Because some people have like memories of losing loved ones, and they hate the idea of COVID and hate the idea of being locked down and all this stuff, because they've got memories of not being able to see their grandparents in the hospital, or like having to say goodbye through a window. Like, we've seen that shit like physically, like on the news, where people are having to say bye to people through windows. But
I said bye to my grandma through a window.
well, there you go, and that's crazy to think, bro.
Santa in the house. Shout out Dan Galligan, our behind the scenes photographer for Beyond the Stage.
Yeah,
and
he's been tapping in since right when we first started.
And then El Jefe, the boss himself, is wanting to know if the trucker hats are on deck.
So we've got Louisville, Columbus, Indiana, Indianapolis, Chicago, and we've got a Dare hat coming. Hopefully they'll be here next Friday. We just got to recoup some cash to get it out of jail, to get them here.
El Jefe's an entrepreneur too. He gets it.
Yeah, and when it comes to it, bro, it's like you got to rob Peter to pay Paul.
Man,
and still keep the lights on, which it's like it's difficult to do, bro, because especially at this day and age where Amazon's here and everybody wants it fast. You know what I mean? But that's one thing that we're trying to work on with the website. You were asking us earlier, and it's like we're trying to figure out like a way that the website can just function completely, where the second that we walk in to the store, we've got the orders, we're printing them and then shipping them right out of here.
right? We have just
same
tickets
day.
to walk into, if you will.
Correct,
And
yeah.
orders to fulfill, and then can go right into the system, hit fulfilled. The person knows that we've made their shirt or packaged their shirt, can send it out to them, or if they maybe they select pickup. Maybe we incentivize people to save some money to come into the store and pick up.
That's what we do too. Yeah,
Right.
there's an in-store pickup option
Yeah.
to save on shipping, and then to give you like, when they come in, we were giving like a little 10% off. Hey, if you see anything here that you like, we'll give you another 10% off your order.
That's great.
Yeah, just like, the idea is to get them in the store, right? Because this store is a one of a kind. It's first to market. No one's ever seen anything like it. So, we're trying to get you down here to see what we've built and understand the reason why the shirts are so cool. The designs are great, but there's a whole collective behind it.
It's understanding, like, that there are things to uncover here. There are things to discover here, and there is a group of us who know what's here. And there's a large amount of people out there who have no idea what they're missing and have no idea what interactive retail is. So for you guys to execute it, like you said, being first to market, it's going to take that much more effort, from us internally to get it in their face and get them in here. And like you said, once they're in here, they're going to start to understand. They're going to uncover it themselves.
Right. Yeah, man. And what we're trying to do for 2025 is really focus on making this the best store possible, instead of branching out and doing another store in Atlanta or doing a store in Columbus or Dayton. We're trying to fine tune this one to become the flagship store.
Yeah.
And then focus on the website, and then drop hat vending machines.
Yeah, the hat vending machines in other cities and states, airports, malls.
Airports will crush it, dude.
You know, not to say I can't necessarily say that all the malls are still popping, but I don't get out of Cincy much to know what, you know, shopping centers in some of these major cities are looking like right now.
Yeah, you know, I talked with somebody who did say that Kenwood is struggling through the weekday. But that's everywhere. You know, Monday through Friday, people aren't shopping. They're doing their day to day, and then, you know, Saturdays and Sundays is still packed down here.
Right.
You know, same thing with Kenwood. Florence Mall. I'm surprised that it's struggling as much as it is, considering how much of a boom's going on out there in Florence and Union. Just with the mass amount of people, you feel like the Florence Mall would be a good common ground for people to come to. But, you know, when it comes down to it, I really feel like the shopping malls, they need to put their foot down and make sure that these stores are open 7 days a week.
Yes.
I think that's the first downfall of these major shopping malls is, you know, they go from having, you know, the Fortune 500 companies to letting the brick and mortars or the local businesses in. And that's incredible to let a local business in. But, you know, when they offered us a store, they said, hey, we'll give you the first 3 months free, just so you can get some money under your belt, and then, you know, start paying after that. But they were saying, you know, well, you can choose your hours. If you want to be closed on Monday, if you want to be closed on Wednesday, that's fine. And it's like, that's not okay with me. Like, I don't like any of the stores to be closed, because that just gives
experience of the shopping center as a whole. With
100%.
Yeah,
a shopping mall is, you know, 10 years ago, like, you'd be fined $500 if your store wasn't open by 10 a.m. at the Florence Mall, or if you closed early, you'd be charged $500 for closing early. Like, now they're just like, hey, if you want to be closed 2 days a week so you can recoup, that's fine.
Right. If you want to be a part of the community, be a part of the community, be present, and, you know, and uphold the experience of the whole shopping center that we're collectively creating.
Right.
I just don't think that the accountability is trickling properly. So it's getting loose because people are getting in this. We kind of come into like a sensitive culture now. So things are becoming a little bit more loose than they once were. Things used to be so tight, especially on here where we're at this actual location.
Yeah.
It used to be a much more tighter ship, and it's not. So because it's loose, other places are going to get. Some places stay tight because that's how their security is written. But overall, as a society, things are loosening up in the world, man.
It's true,
and it's not.
It's not just one shopping
It's
center.
not just one shopping
it's not an
center.
isolated.
I don't know if it's because maybe it's hard to come by the average dollar now. The people that are getting in the positions aren't as strong. Maybe the people that used to be strong got higher positions and moved on from that, so it softens certain areas. But I feel like overall, like, our society, things are they're also getting tight on digital and in person. Things are getting way more lax. Like, I feel like skaters and stuff, like, I was out the other day, I was driving, I saw skaters everywhere. I'm like, man, these skaters they're packing out. Like, no one's. At one time, people were trying to keep skating from anything, and now it's just free.
Yeah,
free
like
frame.
skateboarding culture got consumed by the machine and then spit back out so that they could pretty much sell the counterculture.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the truth too, man.
And
It
so,
is. I see
now you've got areas in Cincinnati where you can still see all types of underworld stuff going on, and then you walk 2 blocks and you're at one of the nicest bars in the city.
Right.
And they're still letting all of the chaos happen right up the road. The gentrification part pushes people this way and that way, but now you've got the stadiums at every corner. You've got the businesses and the bars at every strip and in every rough area. So good, bad, or indifferent, I do think that it has helped with a lot of more natural integration. I think that looseness, there's upsides to the looseness. We're seeing,
for sure.
We're seeing more people help the homeless. We're seeing more opportunities for people to get more resources. We're seeing more and more jobs open up. We're seeing more and more opportunities for people, immigrants, legal or illegal. More and more restaurants are opening up, creating jobs. it's this.
They are opening. I saw a few different announcements of new
I
restaurants.
think that looseness is the world opening up.
All
and
the,
so it's kind of like,
closed places are now, it's reverse opening. Just different areas are getting the money. I just wish we got that.
Yeah. Yeah, they when it comes to the to how like skateboarding was like
who said what up?
Hey,
That's Shane Miller.
yes sir.
What up, Shane?
Good to see you, bro. Yeah.
All love.
Yeah, I like seeing Shane on the positive path, bro. It's cool seeing him go from like Interstellar to like,
No, so there's no coincidences. The universe makes no mistakes. I was just as I was getting that payment from the people that I'm DJing for, I was talking to them about how I've been asking the universe and asking God for love and strength, to get through this, and Shane has been right here through that. People have walked into your store and just randomly looked at me and said, "Are you a believer?" Like, just all types of just very interesting things aligning, where it's like, I know that at the end of the day, we're all on a path, and the more we ask the universe, for our creators, for our ancestors, for the support of the people in our lives, just putting it out, right? That's not manifesting with like thoughts and attracting that way, but manifesting with your actions and the steps that you put forward in life,
Yeah, for sure, man. We're gonna have to get Shane, bro. We're gonna have to get you on the podcast for sure, because I want to pick your brain going from, how into the scene you were. You know what I mean? Like he was the top,
Uncut Republic was the
top of the
pillar,
food
the
chain.
premier EDM event company in our city.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, and then going from that to like completely not left field, but like doing a 180, just turning everything completely around and saying like I've gone through this crazy experience, and I met God, or I met Jesus, and now like there's an undenying experience that I've had where like it's everyone's experience is their own experience, right? And like I just want to hear it, because there's things that happen in people's lives, and they just go from one, the dark side to the light side to the dark side,
As you were wearing the yin and yangs on you.
Hey, let's go. Right? But I want to pick your brain, bro, because I love seeing you so adamant about your next chapter in your life. You know what I mean? Like that's something where it's like,
so inspiring. It's crazy, and it's look, he dropped his cell in there for us. Yo, yeah, if let's see if maybe next Tuesday or the Tuesday after that we could get Shane in here to talk about this.
Yeah,
that would be
dope.
Amazing, because I mean, I've generally just been wanting to spend more time talking with him. We talked on the phone recently a little bit more about it, but I've been so busy. Like I said, it's been madness in March for me too, right? So I'd love to just be a part of that if you're open to that, Jay.
Yeah, for sure. DJ Crowboy in the building. What's cracking, bro?
What up? What up?
Yeah, I see you out there getting your work on, bro.
That blue check look good on you.
It does, man. You know what? It looks spicy in the comment section for sure. But that is one thing that I've noticed. I told you earlier, when we're on Instagram, like on all of our followers, like 90% of them are all handshakes. They're all me, Tyrell, or Andrew, like in the store talking to people, like, hey, give us a follow, but being able to have that blue check on Instagram and just go on somebody's photo or go on somebody's page and just comment on there like, hey, I love what you're doing. Like, because of the blue check, I'll get 30, 40, 50 likes on what I said. Yeah. And I'll get 3 or 4 like followers off of it. You know what I mean? So that blue check, it really does.
So they're boosting you in the algorithm on the comments on things where there might be hundreds or even thousands of comments.
Yeah, because the blue checks are always, they're the ones that are visible. If you comment on it, obviously it'll say like John G, said this, or Andrew said this.
But
or
with the
Jan
native
said this.
brand, it'll get bumped up above it, right?
Yeah, and that's where I'm noticing is like, out of everything about the blue check, it seems like that is what makes the blue check worth the most is just the comments in the section.
The visibility.
Because
right?
people are scrolling through the comments, they're looking what people are saying, and then when they see a blue check, they just automatically he must have something to say.
And with that said, now I might have 5.2 thousand friends / followers on my personal Facebook. And if I blue check that personal Facebook, it's not really going to add any credibility to that current following, right?
No,
but it will add credibility to a newcomer who has never seen my name before, has no clue what I do,
Yep.
and they will see that whatever I do, I felt that it was important enough to get verified, and Facebook, creates a visibility for those people, or
Yeah.
Instagram for that matter, Meta,
Yeah, for sure.
the Meta check. I was thinking about doing the Meta check today, and I was talking myself out of it because of what I said about my current following. But it's like, it's not about that current following. It's about that credibility as you grow your brand.
Right.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it too. Just as we grow beyond the stage and stuff,
Yeah.
Because I might make my account like there's like give me the option to do a professional account and stuff like that. So I've thought about that. I don't know.
There's so the professional account and the personal account. It's fickle, bro. Like
Fickle as fuck.
I've talked to Sal about it because Sal's got a personal account. I've got the business account for Native. And when it comes to content, like whenever I try to post something, it doesn't let me choose any good songs. Like, and that's something that like Yam, like for real, you should figure out how to get your music monetized on my side of Instagram. Because like when I go to choose music, like even that mustard shirt I made, like I couldn't find anything like even close to Kendrick. I couldn't find a Drake song, couldn't find anything DJ Mustard. It's all like this very like cheesy like music, and there's a couple great rappers on there, like Moneybagg I always use.
Okay.
And like he's got like 5 or 6 songs on there, and they're all great songs just to add to like the background of what we're doing.
Yeah.
But like to me, like if I was a music artist, like that would be my number one goal is to try to figure out how to get my music on the business side of Instagram, not the obviously it'd be great to get on the other side
I
where
understand what you're saying.
yeah, but being able to do
be
it
a
where,
viral independent artist has its perks, but this is a professional career we're after, right?
right, and if you're able to put your music out there where P&G could pick it up and use it, you know what I mean? Like who cares if they pick up 24 and use it for one of their 90-second Instagram things, and you might get a little bit of back pay. I don't know how that works, but the exposure is huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like for people like me, like I can't get a good song to save my life because I've got the business account, not a personal account.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
But-
I don't know.
No, I see what you're saying though.
It offered it to
You
me,
gotta
so I don't-
save the sound.
I think it's licensing in there
use
too, where the royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
I'm-
exactly what you're talking about.
So I'm
You gotta
sure.
save the sounds. He's got DJ Crowboy's got some free game out here.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Crowboy's one of those guys that would know how to get it on the back end. He's always thinking 3 steps ahead, trying to figure out these things, bro.
Oh, what he say? You gotta save the sounds to use the best ones. Oh yeah. When you save them, that's like kind of putting them in your own little personal folder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
But personal or business account, dude. Like I was gonna go back to a personal account just so I can use the songs like Connor Price.
Okay.
You know what I
Great
mean?
example.
Yeah, like and for somebody like him, I'm surprised that he didn't figure out how to get on the other side because I feel like he's real savvy on tapping in.
He's actually, from what I've gathered, he's utilizing that independent route. Think like on a different scale than what a Macklemore would have done, right? Like just getting enough of a following to be able to go do shows and fill out the venues that you select. So
Yeah.
he's still doing music, but he's making money doing it. He's making a living. I guarantee Connor Price is making more, off of music than I'm doing easily.
Oh, he's going to be at Megacorp in May, I think.
And then monetizing on merch, right? That alone, monetizing on streams.
Appreciate you guys.
He puts out continuous, quality content of different types. He puts out content for humor, for inspiration, right? Like just.
And one thing that I've always said, and I say it to every artist, is like if you've got music coming out, like put videos to the music. It doesn't have to be like Guy Almighty Lantana style, like high production videos. Like somebody that I use all the time is Walk the Moon. Like when Walk the Moon dropped their album, Anna's Son and all those songs that came out, like they didn't have the money. Like they didn't know Anna's Son was going to be like this huge phenomenon, right? But what they did was they used their iPhones and they made music videos that were fun to them. Like one of them was just like all 5 guys in a hotel room, like playing hide and seek with their phones and shit. But having that relatability of, I like the song, now I know the faces of the people, right?
Right, because we don't buy from companies, we buy from people.
Right, and like for me, like a lot of the music that I listen to, a lot of them, like it's YouTube. Like on Spotify, I'll use in the car. But other than that, like if I'm at the house, like I'm listening to music on YouTube. If I'm here, I'm listening to music on YouTube.
Right.
So being able to have a music video tied into the song it's going to go 10 times further than if I was just on YouTube on Kendrick Lamar's playlist.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's something to it that's got this relatability thing. Like I said, especially when it's underproduced, man. When it's not, like obviously a great music video is a great music video, but it doesn't have to be. There can be art in with the iPhones making the content, the fisheye lens. Bring that shit back, bro.
So this MetaBat, this is currently $1 for your first month, and then $14.99 per month going forward. So it's $166 for 1 year. Is that valuable to be brought back? I would say
absolutely.
Yeah, I would say for me as well.
When
I start going dive into that, because I don't want to do it until I decide I'm going to go into the comments thing and try to bring traction. Because I feel like if I go into it, I go and I commit and I put it on my schedule instead of because now I don't make that many comments. I really don't. But I would be intentional.
Yeah, here's what I would suggest. I'm reading on right now. I would look at the situation like you just got the blue check, or you're getting the blue check tomorrow, right? And try to okay, for instance, if you had the blue check today, what would you be doing? Because obviously once you get the blue check, you're going to want to amp up everything. You're going to want to double down on this, double down on this. You're going to want to do this. So
thanks for coming in, guys.
So if you can take what you're going to do when you have the blue check and start today and then drop the blue check in a month, you know what I mean, where you've got all this ammo built up and ready to go. So when you do go to get the blue check, you've got everything, you've got that bow and arrow already ready to go. You know what I mean? Like
that makes sense.
That's the way that I would look at the situation. Mm-hmm. And even with you, when you're saying I was thinking about getting the blue check today, I would don't post everything and then get the blue check, but make sure that you've got all the ammo to post once you do get the blue check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not enough people are treating content, with a campaign mentality or approach at all. Like, you should plan it out. You should say, I'm going to post this content for this reason on this day at this time. And when I say this content, I mean this content that you've already captured, that you haven't posted, that you can utilize for that purpose. Whether that purpose is getting sales, whether that purpose is gaining followers, whether that purpose is getting a message out and gaining awareness as much as possible, regardless of followers or sales, that there's, and all of those have their value points. Obviously, sales are more tangible in value, but awareness can generate significant amounts of sales if we focus on driving awareness instead of driving sales.
For sure.
You know,
How far,
Yeah.
like, what,
Shane. Sorry, go ahead, boss. Shane had said something on the comments. I wanted people.
He's
to
down
know.
for next Tuesday.
I was just about
Yeah,
to-
next Tuesday with Shane Miller.
All right. Lock it in, bro. Next Tuesday.
Let's go.
How many days would you say that you should put into a campaign? About 30 days, or like should it be longer? You know,
I think that having 30 days of content is ideal, but you should at least have 2 weeks so you can, you know, and by the time you get to the end of that 2 week period, you should have something ready for the next 2 weeks so that you're going in what's referred to in the marketing industry as sprints. Or it's even in project management when you're building websites. They call it sprints, which is where you're just going in iterative phases and you're making decisions based on the data that you collect. Like, you know, you build it or you post to a certain point and then you pause at that 2 week mark and you look at, all right, this particular video is getting a lot of men in this particular area. So I know that this type of content works for men, but I do have a message that I want women to hear too. This is not a men's based product, right? Or service or something, you know? So we have to figure out how to create content for the next 2 weeks that's different. We still keep something in that 2 week period for the men that are looking at us. And we also try creating a new piece of content so that we can reach a different demographic. And I'm just using men and women as a really like baseline, you know, rudimentary example. But there are different age groups and geographic things and psychographics, what people are even interested in, right? So there's different things to look at. So every 2 weeks having content, and then at the end of those 2 weeks, looking at as much data as you can to make better decisions for your next 2 weeks.
okay, there you go.
Yeah, right now I feel like I'm like you know, waking up hunting for my meal again, bro. Where it's like,
no, I can talk about it all.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done. You really.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's like, you know, we were talking earlier. It's hard. It's fucking hard to run a business, bro, because you've got, you know, there's bills coming everywhere, and it's like not only are there bills coming everywhere, but if we do have a good weekend, it's not like that money's just recouped and now we can just disperse it. Like the store's empty. You know what I mean? Like if we have a good Saturday and Sunday, that means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
You're not spending Monday through Thursday making marketing campaigns and shooting content. You're making clothes.
Making clothes, bro. And that's the thing, is like, you know, we got to dump the money right back into getting the store stocked back up for Friday and Saturday and Sunday. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, we're trying to figure it out how it's like we got to get ahead of the ball. You know what I mean? Like we're at the point where, you know, the product is great, the store is great, everything that we've done is all fine tuned. Like we just need more bodies in the door, so like through the weekday we can make money, because, you know, we lose money Monday through Friday just to recoup it on Saturday and Sunday, and it's like it's not a very good business plan, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely. No, and that's why, like, you know, when we talk about just different hats, right? Like, and pun intended, since Coleman was asking for trucker hats. At the end of the day, if I had $1 for every time I've been called a jack of all trades, master of none, I'd have more bills paid.
Right.
But the thing is versatility is important. But I want this on a T-shirt for me someday, Jay. Got to delegate to elevate.
I like it. I like it.
Because that's what it boils down to. Is you really got to have aces in places. You got to figure out what you can't do. You have to figure out what your capacity is, and you have to figure out a system for acquiring talent for where you lack and be willing to do it. And that's hard. As a business owner, I do not fucking trust somebody to be able to execute my business in the way that I would through my, you know what I mean? Because they're not in my brain. They're not doing it for the same reasons. Their why is different than mine.
Right.
You know, so it's just inherently difficult to like want to let go of that, and through that I actually had to step back from my clothing line, but like yourself, I feel like clothing, if you really got a good idea, and Storm Collection's a good idea, Native's a good idea, that's one of those, merch is one of those ways. And this is for all you artists out there. If your brand is a good idea, if what your name means, if what you speak, what your message represents, and that can be, somebody can feel that when they hear your name. Like, merch is a great way to make money compared to a lot of other business models. Straight the fuck up.
It really is, bro. Especially in the entertainment industry, like in the artist industry. You know what I mean? Like, because they're billboards. Like, you know, if you sell 20 shirts, you know, at $20, that's $400. Plus, you've got 20 billboards walking around, you know, that that are just going to be out there promoting for
And
free.
if you serve your message to them and you bottle it and you give it to them in a way they can take that message with them, even if the message isn't written out in a script on a shirt, they can carry that feeling that you gave them and then share that, pay that feeling forward to a stranger who's like, yo, what's native mean? What's Storm Collection mean? What's Beyond the Stage? What's Yami music mean? You know?
Right.
Like,
You know, like one of the.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, I'm good.
You know, one of the things that blows my mind, and it's just a testament on how we built the brand. When people wear the native hat, like it's still there's still a oh wait, you know the guys.
Jay Banks,
yeah,
you know Andrew, you know the guys.
But
you know Tyrell, like you've been there, you know who's there.
yeah, and there's something to that, right? Like, you know, and Andrew, me, and Tyrell, we've built something here where, you know, we're creating friendships, not just sales, right?
These are meaningful relationships that we build here in this store.
Yeah, and so when people are wearing the hat out there, you know, it's like it's not just you got a Nike hat on. It's like, bro, you got a native hat,
right?
Like, and it's a feeling that I will never take for granted, right? Because like it just there's so much story behind the hat. You know what I mean? Like, even though like the hat it's relevant to Indiana or it's relevant to Chicago or
I got the number 513 on right now myself.
There you go. So it's just one of those things where it's like it's cool on its own, but it's so cool knowing that people are still relating the story to the hat. You know what I mean? And that's one of those things where I think the reason why the brand does as well as it does, it's like the Corvette wave. Like when people see it, they're like, yeah, bro, let's go. You know what I mean? And that's a testament to the team, bro. It's a testament to all four of us that sit here and talk every Tuesday, that come in and do this stuff and wear the clothes, and you know, we're all spokesmen.
I'll come in to have a meeting with Andrew on Beyond the Stage, and he might have to go to the bathroom. Next thing you know, I'm closing a sale on a T-shirt for us real quick.
Right.
Because like the way I see it, we're all in this together. There is no like that's not my job. That's something that I think I want to say. Lindsay said this to me. Oh, we're fish in the tank right now.
Fish in the tank. I told you, bro.
She said that's something Americans must have came up with. That's not my job. You wouldn't hear that on an island community where everybody's got to work together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people will have a designated job, but they'll still run over and help the next person.
Yep. That doesn't happen in the Zeta Reticular star system. I'll tell you that much.
It does not.
You know about the Zeta Reticular star system?
The Zeta Huda what?
Yeah, we're gonna have to leave that for one of the conspiracy theory podcasts.
Oh, and I'm so in for the conspirasi podcast. Sign me up.
I'll leave you with a 20-second excerpt. So, the Roswell, the crash in Roswell, New Mexico, there was an alien that survived that plane crash.
Shut the front door.
Her name was EB1, EBE-1. That was what they called her. So she survived. They ended up
because ET was taken. I'm sorry.
no, it's because of the planet that they're from. They're called the Ebens. But
continue.
But they so they actually took her spacecraft. They figured out how to work her fucking radio,
Her
whatever it was,
communication
communication device. So they talked to the Zeta Reticular star system, which what was the name of the planet over there? Serpo. So Serpo is the name of the planet. So they were able to contact Serpo, said, hey, your ship crashed here. You've got a you know, one of your people are still alive. So they did an exchange program. So the Ebens came here, picked up 12 astronauts and took them to Serpo. So and it was called Project
X.
No, what did I just say? Fucking not Project Serpo. It was Project Serpo and the Zeta Reticular star system. Sorry.
Serpo, yes.
So, but so they spent like either 9 or 12. I think it was 9 years in Project Serpo, and they basically once they got there, they do 2 years worth of work, and then after 2 years, everybody barters. So no money. There's no like hand to hand. Like I'm going to buy this. I got a new car. This and that. It's like you put in your two years of work, whether you're in agriculture, whether you produce stuff, and then after your 2 years, then you're able just to barter with people. So it's like there's no money involved in this shit. But it's crazy.
But there's more builders in a world like that.
Yeah, and it's like you're saying, like that's not my job. You know what I mean? Like that they don't say that out there. You know what I mean? Because they all barter. It's like, and it's apparently it got to the point where 4 of the astronauts, when the Project Serpent was done, they were like, I want to stay here. I'm not going back to the Earth.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm on Earth 2 now.
Right? Yeah.
That's another conspiracy, though, right? Earth 1 and Earth 2.
I've seen photos of Earth 2. You're talking about
What is it, Planet Nebula or something like that?
no, it's a bunch of numbers and letters. Like I'll have to look it up, but like they've seen the planet. They know that it's got water. They know that it has green life on it. Like it literally looks like Earth. Like it's got the same like setup as Earth does.
But no people on there.
Don't know. Well, if there's water, there's civilization, right? Because there's micro, biological, whatever it is. So
Yeah.
even in one of the moons on, was it Jupiter? Is it called Titan? Titan it's like all water. Like the moon is all water. So they know that like that's got biological life there. So, like it might not be like big monsters. It might be
Something
like
in the water though.
yeah,
Something in the
but
water.
hey, bro, I've seen those movies, bro. I've seen those movies where they got this little tiny bug inside the spacecraft where they're flying through.
And that little bug starts a whole
havoc,
civilization.
bro.
Wreaks
Yeah,
havoc.
Yeah, on everybody. Speaking of
Over after he hits
Hey, y'all
touchdown.
You should do. You want to talk about it?
Hey, no, I was just gonna say. Speaking of, Elon Musk just safely brought the 2 astronauts back from the space station.
The ones
today.
that were lost, or the ones that were stuck, like they sent people on a rescue mission.
Yeah, so the 2 people were 2 Americans were stuck on the ISS for 9 months. They were only supposed to be there for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, I was about to say it was supposed to be a few weeks, right?
Yeah, and it was.
Could you
9
imagine?
months. Bro? And NASA couldn't get them. Like NASA didn't have the tech. Like, how are you gonna fly somebody up there and then be like, "We'll get you in a week," and then a week later be like,
My bad. So see what had happened was.
"Yeah,
My bad.
So like,
can you call
months
Lyft
later, you got-
because
Like,
Uber
we
can't
didn't-
do
yeah,
it?"
we
didn't-
overestimated. We were not
8 months.
prepared.
So we
They
overshot a
missed
little
every
bit,
holiday.
and we're
You
gonna need
know-
to call you a lift.
you know-
We're on the phone with
We're
Elon
out.
now.
We're on Earth pivoting right now.
They
We're
just missed
pivoting.
Thanksgiving,
We're
birth-
pivoting.
all
They
types
say
of
pivoting is
birthdays,
good.
Christmas.
We're pivoting.
We're calling
Missed
an
it all,
audible.
bro.
We're audible. We'll get you down. I
I'm
know
pretty sure
you're
they
in.
might have wives.
you're
The
free
wives,
hang-
the wives. Are
Well, the
giving
wives,
up.
the wives. Anyone that's going out there, the wives are prepared. Their husbands aren't coming home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like,
just- it's like going to
when you
jail.
think about the statement, if they're going to space, just no. If you send someone to space, expect them not to come home.
Like, it's
because the chance it's not.
the odds are much more likely than most things.
Still,
wild.
dude, you're going in
No, I'm
the
saying
most
like it's-
treacherous territory outside of the ocean.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? You
think
just said
this- hey,
outside
hold on.
the
You
ocean,
think that-
meaning that the ocean's even more terrifying than
Hey,
our space.
Y'all
It
think
is.
y'all think deep ocean? All right, hold on. Which one?
Let's
y'all
do
think-
it, bro.
You
Let's
know,
do
because
it.
there
Well,
are
let's
way
go.
more like aliens that we've discovered in the sea than we have up above. So like, and these things are creatures. We've got creatures from from prehistoric civilizations still down there.
Yeah.
So you think the deep sea is way scarier than the ocean?
It's
It
wait,
is the ocean.
Which ones y'all think? is
Wait,
scarier?
what?
Like
you mean the deep
Ocean,
sea
like,
is scarier
space.
than
Being out in
space?
space.
Yeah.
Because the
Which
ocean
one-
is
which one-
deep sea.
Which one y'all think is scarier?
The ocean's scarier.
Deep sea.
Yeah, deep
Ocean.
sea.
Because the thing about space is it's all so separated that in order for something to even be able to even notice that you're there would take the most extreme senses or telescope. In the ocean, the pressure, the wildlife is all around you, and you have to worry about potential.
Like they can taste and smell and feel like a fucking.
They can
your
feel you.
They can
What do
feel
you-
your finger move from
because the
what-
ocean,
what
because
do you-
sonar, the dolphins can tell you're there.
Oh yeah.
Whales can
Dolphins-
tell you're
I heard
there.
Dolphins is real smart,
Even
too.
if you're just trying to be.
All right, bro. All right.
Hey,
Hold on.
When y'all think we go build like a submarine that can actually go all the way down there though? Because I heard
Pressure's
the water
like-
pressure.
The pressure to go to the center of the earth, basically to the bit, it was I don't even know.
So the Marianas Trench is the deepest
point.
that and what's his name's gone down there.
Cameron.
Yep, James Cameron, the guy that made Avatar. He's
Like the blue people, or like
yeah.
Airbender?
The director of that movie actually took a submarine down into the Marianas Trench. But what I want to talk about is what you told me the other day is that it's illegal to talk to dolphins, bro.
I heard that.
What do you mean it's illegal?
I heard about that.
It's illegal to talk to dolphins.
To communicate with
And
them.
this
Who made this law?
This
Like,
brings
federally?
up it was
it's like
well, I'm sure Andrew can I actually had to read it because once I told Kaylin, she's like, no, that ain't true. But it is. And it has to do with like nature preserve, something like that. Like you're not allowed to harass or do anything to like
Disturb their way of life.
yeah. So within that is not being able to talk to them, which dolphins are like behind us. They're the smartest fucking mammal on the planet, right?
How do they not know if the dolphins want to talk to us?
That bro,
The dolphins
and that's,
do
and
want to
that's
talk
the
to
thing.
us.
That's
The
the
dolphins
thing.
do want to talk
They
to us.
do. They trying to
Segregate- why
keep
are
it.
you-
They trying to
why
keep
y'all
us separated.
segregating- Yeah,
That's some big
separate
brother
from
shit.
the
That's a
dolphins.
whole nother conversation
They're smart
right
enough
there.
to be able to contact,
Bro, that's where mermaids come
communicate
from.
with us.
Oh, you want to go down that rabbit hole now? You want to go down that rabbit hole?
I'll go to that
I saw
Who is this?
a
They said
video.
we are guests in the sea. That's so
I
true.
saw a video
Fluid.
last week, bro, about
Shout out.
this fisherman who was talking about he goes into the Atlantic Ocean, and they basically deep sea for like rare fish, right? And this guy's like, look, I didn't know what we were doing until we went out there, but like the guys on the ship, they're like, yeah, we're searching for mermaids. Like if we can find a mermaid, catch it, the elite, the top 1% eats that shit. You know what I mean? Like they eat fucking mermaids.
They want to eat the mermaid.
And right away you think to yourself, no fucking way. Like first of all, mermaids don't exist, and if they did exist, men would end up fucking them, not eating them.
Where do you think Disney got it from, bro? Disney's telling us the shit.
All right, I mean there's truth.
Disney came out with
There's truth
Why would
behind
they
Mermaid
every
a long
every
time
I'm just
ago.
mystery.
saying, like, why would they want to eat the mermaid?
There's a lot of. There's a
Yeah,
lot.
now
what-
it's out
what-
there. Why are they trying to feast?
So why? Yeah, why would they want to eat a mermaid?
That's a waste.
Because they can, right? Well, like
great.
why would
Like,
you want to?
that's
Why
wild.
would you want to drink baby blood? Because of the
Well,
No, I mean pretty.
a crenodrome. The what is it called? Crenodrome starts with an A. Whatever the like. The elite
But I'm
drink
reading.
baby blood to stay
Oh
young.
yeah.
So what the hell is-
Adrenochrome.
What, they
Yeah.
expecting to eat the mermaid so that they can swim underwater?
That's the thing.
Like, what
I
the
mean-
hell?
They
I
trying
mean,
to talk.
bro-
They trying to talk to the fishes.
Look. Hey, if you had all the money in the world, right? Would you be like, come on, baby, we're gonna go eat whale tonight? You know what I mean? Like, have you ever had beluga?
If I had all the money in the world, if I could meet a mermaid, I'll talk to the mermaid.
That's what I'm. Me too, bro.
But apparently
I would-
that's
I would-
illegal. That's illegal though.
What the hell is going on down there?
Man, and that's the thing.
What's
That's-
going on down
And
there?
that's
How
that's
did you get like this?
and that's what it all
like-
falls back to, bro. Is why can't we talk to dolphins? Because do dolphins, are they able to talk to the aliens? And we're not, and they're the interpreter, and
They
we're
say
not allowed to
dolphins
talk
Are
to
they
them?
the liaison between us?
You
and
never thought about that? You're looking at me like that never crossed your mind.
I would say the reason why we can't talk to dolphins is because they do not want dolphins and humans to bond deeply because
Why?
they probably can mate.
What? Who the hell? Okay.
to create
Oh,
mermaids.
man.
Big pause.
They probably
Hold
can
up.
collide in some degree. I bet you there's science here that we're not thinking about, and
They
that's where the
think
mermaid
that-
come from. The idea that they're crossbreeding.
Oh, wow.
You
Oh,
see what I'm
that
saying?
just took a turn.
Yeah, think about it. Think about it, bro.
Well, now you're talking about science crossbreeding, but there's plenty of like there's discoveries even down to
Sure, but
cave
think
paintings.
Think about the worst
things,
possible
things in the
outcome.
tombs
What
and the
outcome
pyramids.
they don't want.
They-
The pyramids and all that.
I'm not
but
saying
think about
pyramid
the,
things. I'm just saying that
aquatic life.
A dude made
Aquatic
with a dolphin
life.
and makes a mermaid.
Aquatic life. All right, we are not. We adapt in aquatic life. Our hands turned to able to grip stuff underwater. So we already adapt to water, right? We do.
Right.
So why do we adapt?
Some people are more webbed than others depending on the area that
sure.
they're in.
So maybe we're more adapted to aquatic life than we're
we're led to think.
Yeah. So they tell us to stay from water because it's scary.
They think that we have a chance that we might make.
No, I'm saying that.
I ain't gonna lie. Nah, we've been seeing some crazy stuff.
Hey,
out here
there's
in the world.
something fishy
Somebody might
going
be
on.
crazy.
Bro, I studied dolphins a long time ago.
You knew you were gonna get me with that one.
Listen,
There's
Yaman.
your boy, dude. I ain't
Listen.
seen him in.
Somebody be crazy enough to do some
Listen,
shit
Yaman.
like that.
I studied
But
dolphins
it's
a
still
long
stretch.
time ago, and it was illegal back then to associate with dolphins. And I was studying back in high school. Hey, what up? What up? What up?
Perfect timing. You
Crazy
turned the
enough,
lights
yeah,
back
shit.
on for us.
He did. He did.
What's up with you, man?
Long time no see, bro. How you been?
Hello. What movie you seeing tonight?
Mickey 17.
Oh,
17. All right.
that's out. Oh man, that shit looks so good, bro.
Can I get you? Can I get you over here? Touch base, my friend. Yeah, I don't want to be left out. I want to be all inclusive. All inclusive, you know. But we're talking about dolphins right now. What are your thoughts on dolphins?
They're cute. They look really like rubbery. And
They're cute. That's a little.
That's not the direction we were dealing with, man.
But that's the direction
It'll-
we're talking.
That's definitely not
They're
the direction
cute,
we
but
were
how
It'll
going.
fuck
cute are
you.
they?
It'll fuck you.
It will. How cute are they? Are you willing to take it on a date? The government won't allow it. Don't worry.
They're cute, but they have all the little teeth that kind of freak me out.
I know some people are into
The
biting.
little itty bitty teeth.
always look like wet and like.
Andrew, are you projecting again?
I'm just saying the government doesn't want you to talk to dolphins. It's illegal.
He thinks that because there's a chance that someone might be crazy enough to mate with a dolphin, and then the mermaid will be born.
Now, when you say someone might be, I'm willing to bet. like,
Someone already tried.
No,
Yeah.
someone's gonna be crazy.
Someone's
enough
already
to try.
tried.
Someone's
I can
Somebody
assure
got
you.
fired from SeaWorld real
Yeah.
fucking quick.
I think you really underestimate the level of humans. What they're willing
You've
to
been
do.
in the Midwest.
Say some
You've been here in the Midwest for the most part, haven't you?
Think about it. Just think about what people are willing to do.
No, that's why.
There's
I'm not.
there's
I'm
a
not
reason.
down it, but
There's a
I'm
reason
just
why
like,
there's a
damn, bro,
nickname,
it's
pig
still-
fucker.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, ooh wee.
Yeah.
I'm not done yet at all.
I'm
'Cause
not
I
saying
done-
you're
I done
done.
seen
I'm
some
just
shit.
saying.
You
think
already
about it.
saw
I
it?
done seen some shit, but,
You already saw it?
The movie, yeah, we just got.
Yeah, they got
How
the
was
drink.
it?
I thought it was good. I liked it.
They wouldn't have the
Soft
drink.
Soft spot for Robert Pattinson. My mom liked Twilight as a kid, so it was on the TV. So.
Dude, he's Robert Pattinson is an underrated actor, bro. Like I understand the Twilight thing and how the girls are just obsessed with him because of it, and like he didn't act very well. I mean, he did because he's supposed to act awkward and weird, but like I saw him in some World Trade Center movie and it was fucking phenomenal, bro.
Everything he's been in, I feel like.
Have you ever seen that movie? He was it was like his dad worked at the World Trade Center, and he was like some dude that was just like he didn't want to be in the corporate world. He was just like a cool son or whatever, but ended up like I don't even remember the movie.
Batman also, and I mean, in Mickey 17.
Is this the
Batman was pretty fire too.
They're gonna do a trilogy. If they don't fuck it up, I'm gonna be so stoked. Also,
They're gonna do a trilogy of it.
Yeah, they have a whole contract for at least I think 3. They're
No
gonna do a
shit.
whole 3 again because it's supposed to be like the different takes. So it's supposed to be Batman at the beginning before he's awesome Batman from nowhere. Also, I think she has insight on your dolphin fucker.
Yes, there was actually
You found a
marine
person?
biologist a while back that.
Jump in.
Tell us.
There was a marine biologist a while back who actually did some research on dolphins and
Oh wait.
well,
research you
some
talking about?
intimate
Hang on.
research if you're
Oh,
picking up what I'm putting
no.
down.
Oh no.
Yeah, she.
Oh, no.
I believe she lost her license after that. It may have been a she. Yeah, a she.
What the hell
Yeah,
going on
yeah.
out
They were
here?
sharing
was she
tank, if you
doing?
know what I mean.
Intimate
Never mind.
research.
Don't. That's
Yeah,
it. That's
she-
it. Leave
yeah.
it there. Just leave it there. This podcast is
Yeah,
PG-13.
she
right?
got
He
real
was
close
getting-
with the
That
animals.
dolphin was giving her some fin.
Yeah.
Did anything come of this? Like, did she have a mermaid?
No, she
a
didn't.
merbaby?
She didn't have a mermaid. No. But I think she might have gone to jail for that. Actually.
Because it's illegal to talk to dolphins. It's definitely illegal to hook up with them.
Yeah.
yeah.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
I'm just saying. But it sounds ridiculous. But
Now,
why
what's
is it
going on?
why
All
is
the
it
crazy stuff
illegal?
going on in this world. It's
And
not- it's not ridiculous.
dolphins have been known to be aggressive towards humans
For real?
sexually.
Yeah,
Yes.
fish,
it's illegal,
fish fucking
Sexually.
aside, the fact that we're not allowed to communicate with them at
They don't
all.
want to even open the door.
I don't. Right. Like,
you don't get in a relationship or have some kind of relations with someone usually without communication, right? They don't want you to communicate in a sense of you're going to bond with these dolphins, you're going to get close with it. Dolphins obviously know how to communicate with humans. So if you get close with it and you bond with it, what secrets are you going to unlock? What are they trying to keep from it? Why make it illegal?
How do dolphins eat up? But
do they know the lost
don't even
secrets of
have
Atlantis?
Male dolphins, they don't
I can't
have
make a guarantee on it, but one of my guesses for why would
long
be
fins.
if it's one of those things that, like a lot of animals, I don't think that you can have as like pets because they're either endangered or people aren't great with them. So once one person has one, other people want it. So a lot of animals you legally can't have. So I'm wondering if once the first person has their own, like, I've got my dolphin, look, we're besties. Other people are going to be like, I want a dolphin, and then that may have an issue.
Right, like there's enough stray cats out there. Adopt a cat, adopt a dog. You know, we don't need to fish all of the dolphins. Fish them out.
I don't think that has
alternative
anything to
guess.
do with it.
That'd be my guess.
I think because you can own so many animals, not endangered, but so many animals that are in the wild. There's so many that you can actually own. I think there's certain ones they put fines on because of risks on how aggressive they may be. Because I almost bought a fennec fox. Like, you can own a fox.
Yeah, you can have a lot.
And
There's a lot that are
it's
really
it's
illegal.
nocturnal. They warn you, like, just so you know, if you buy a fox, like, this thing will be up all night. You're not gonna be able to condition it to go to sleep. It'll be up. It'll make noises. If you're a light sleeper, don't even think about owning one. But, like, I went through the transition process with the lady. Like, she's like, I need to school you on how to own a fennec fox. She was gonna bring it all the way up from Florida, a whole thing. I was buying it right out of college. And then she's like, and I was a night owl myself. I was like, go to work. And she's like, here's the only downside of these. She's like, you can walk it like a dog, but it goes in a litter box. So you both forms. But also the problem is it will make a mess. And sometimes this thing has flipped its litter box because foxes are powerful.
Yeah.
And she said, you just need to be really aware of what's going on if you have other animals in the house. We had other animals, so I kind of went against it because I didn't want to mess up my roommate's dogs. And I ended up getting a dog myself. It worked out. But, like, Howard, who is no longer with us. But at the time, I was like, this Phoenix fox, and it was not illegal to own them. They weren't even a common thing in America. But a lot of things come with them. Like, they don't bite you, but they'll burrow and stuff, and they'll claw their way and stuff, and they might ruin your pillows because they like to burrow inside things.
How
and
big was it?
it's like this big. It's like this thing. It's like a little thing, but it just
What?
yeah.
You
Fennec
had a
fox.
fox in your house.
No, I never had it delivered. It would have been $1,500. I was ready to pay the lady. That would have been just a transaction. I would have had a Fennec fox. She was down to the date. We had a date to.
Fennec fox.
Yeah, bro.
Brandon.
I posted on my early Instagram photos. I was buying a Fennec fox.
I'm gonna need to see pictures later.
So, like,
Yeah.
10 seconds of Google searching, I just wanted to see what it says online for why you can't communicate. And apparently it's not just dolphins, it's like all marine wildlife. But specifically dolphins, the reason that Google says is that they can build a co-reliance with other species, including humans, and they're worried if any of them become, like, reliant on humans, that they will stop fending for themselves and go and become endangered.
Oh, like dogs.
So instead of having a bunch of wolves...
But we protect dogs. We protect dogs more than our humans, bro.
Oh, for sure.
People are like, feed the dog.
Oh, yeah.
They can eat later, bro. You hungry? Well, let's feed the dog.
Oh, yeah.
Give them the scraps before you get anything.
Oh, that's my family, 100%.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Like,
families.
Tough in the building.
Shout out to.
It's a common thing
I
with
hear you,
humans
bro.
to take care of the dog over the human.
Well, I think that's cat. I mean, same with cats. I've got outdoor
Yeah.
cats that fucking get in 20 fist fights a year and they look like they're fucking they're tough as all nails. And my house cat, my mom's like, don't let it get in the liquid. It would die. And I'm like, that cat out there just drank like fucking acid, and it's fine.
Yeah.
And
Cats are crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I was reading on this whole paper,
Don't ever-
but this information on why humans are willing to neglect other humans and save wildlife.
And Gary
They'll
Vee touched
lit-
on this today, too.
Yeah, he touched on it too. But there's a whole thing on humans just not having the same respect for their fellow human as they do their animal that shits on the carpet.
What did Gary
It's
Vee
quite
say?
as well.
Gary,
his thing was dogs.
he's like, I hate dogs, and everybody's like, ugh. But it's like, he's like, not that I hate dogs. He's just, I hate that people will treat dogs better than people. It's like the reason it is, that you think that and it's because we have discord with people, and you don't really have discord with your dog. But Gary's like, but if the dog could talk, He would tell you about yourself. He's with you all day long. He sees you slipping. He knows what you're doing.
Dogs don't know
Your
no
dog
better.
might not even like you.
I mean, dogs don't know no better though.
I think that's
So
the
if
idea.
a dog takes a shit on your living room floor, you're like, oh.
And that's the
that's-
difference.
No, there are
It's a dog.
spite
If a
shitting
human
dogs
come
out
and
there.
take
They're
a shit on
smarter.
your living
My
room
dog
room
is
floor,
smart.
what you
I feel
gonna
like
do?
some dogs know, but I feel like that idea that all dogs are ignorant no matter what they do. He
Yeah,
didn't mean
they-
to bite
they-
you.
just
He
as-
never
it's a
does
dog-
that.
it's
He didn't
just
mean
a
to
dog
piss on the
nature or some
expensive.
shit.
So like with humans, I know that guy's an asshole, but I know that dog didn't choose to be there.
Yeah,
That's,
I
think,
know
my
this
mind.
this dog didn't really want to take a shit
We
on my
forced
living room
him there.
floor.
They're in,
But I know if a human come in my house, he take a shit on my living room floor. That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
we
good
got-
point.
Yeah, we got some problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the difference, man. Is it's
but why do we take care of our dogs more than we take care of our humans?
because
we know
the
that dogs don't know no
dogs
better.
are vulnerable.
They're vulnerable. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
you know
always
what I mean.
ignorance.
Like if the dog shits on the carpet, it's because I'm a bad
I probably forgot
owner
to-
and I didn't take him out.
Forgot to take him out.
I'm gonna take
You
them
know
out.
what I mean?
If a
Like,
human
My
come
nap was
shit-
an extra hour
If
long.
a
with that
human
dog.
come to your house and shit on your carpet, your living room floor, and Charlie wakes up,
But
she
if
walks
the
in that
human's
nigga,
in my house
how pissed
and
would
he's
you be? 1 through 10.
But here's the thing: my dog is out of my sight more than the human that's in there is going to be out of my sight. So if I go upstairs and I come back downstairs and there's shit on my floor, this barbarian act that happened in my house he's going to be escorted out. The dog is going to go in the backyard and is going to have to just wait until I have it cleaned up. And then
this is where it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll say to
Inside
my,
bad,
I'll say
outside
to my
good.
dog,
It's like,
I'll say, you're lucky to have a home. I say to my dog, you're lucky to have a home. And then the person who shit on my floor, I'll be like,
You're
The fuck
lucky.
do you
You're
do?
lucky to have a face right now.
right.
bro.
I would say, get out of my
I'm
home.
gonna need you to go.
Yeah, like, but that's the thing. If a grown man's coming to shit on your floor, you know better. Like, why is that person in your home? You should rethink who you have inside.
I've heard the stories of people that like do parties and stuff, and like people get, you know, they get drunk.
Somebody,
Upper Decker, bro.
Kids in the fridge. and
Somebody
stuff
was
like
thinking what I was thinking. They
This-
must have read my
like,
mind.
bro.
Tyler in the chat said, "I love
No
your
one's in right
tattoos,
now.
bro."
One person's
And
I'm finally getting more done. I'm finally getting my chest work done.
Oh,
This is a
man.
black tat, but my first session was like 2 weeks ago, and my next one's this Thursday.
hell yeah. Where do you go to get your tattoos done?
Yeah, he's been working on that since we first met him.
I finally am.
You were naked. You were naked when we first met you, right?
Yeah, I was.
Let's go, bro.
What you got, the whole
I'm
sleeve?
finally getting like chest done.
It goes up to his shoulder.
So this
Okay.
is all,
Look, mom likes it. Mom likes it. She's like, it goes up to the shoulder.
She's like it.
Yeah, she's waiting on the lip prints on the neck. She's like, I'm here for it.
Oh,
No?
what can I say?
They're gonna be yours. You put them right there.
Hey, what's going on? He's like, what's happening over here? See the cards in the window would be perfect right now.
We with the AMC drinks.
The drink probably is in the way.
not sponsored.
It's in my face.
We're not sponsored by AMC. Hey.
What's going on, bro?
Hey man, I'm just checking it out, man. How y'all doing?
Good. Appreciate you coming through.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
sir.
live. We're live right now. We're
Oh
live.
shit, my bad.
No, you're Gucci.
Come on in, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this podcast? What's this about though over here?
So we go live every Tuesday on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch.
Yeah. Oh shit, dope.
So we interview business owners. Today it's the tribe, man. It's the whole tribe here. But
Oh yeah, that's dope.
if
Well, shit, damn. Well, shit, I just graduated with my business degree.
let's go,
Yeah,
bro.
so that's yeah. Business admin, man.
Where'd you graduate from?
CTU. So it's
CTU?
Yeah. I
Okay.
did it all online, but yeah, I got my HVAC coming, so I do HVAC. So
There it is, bro.
Air, man.
Hell yeah.
2021. So
There you go. Congrats, bro.
yeah.
I feel that.
Appreciate that.
That's-
Absolutely.
are you local too?
absolutely.
Yeah, local. Yep.
All right. Are you gonna start your own HVAC? Are you working
I
with
got my
somebody?
own- Yeah, I have it already, but so I've been doing it since 2021. My own HVAC company, but
What's the name of the HVAC?
Perfection Air.
Convection air.
Perfection.
Perfection air.
Perfection air.
All right.
Okay.
And it's Ohio and Kentucky, or
Yep.
let's go. Perfection air.
I got my
Perfection air.
Yeah, I've been doing that. Just been kicking ass, trying to knock down doors and trying
That's
to
what
build
it
that up,
takes.
so
Yes, sir.
in the right direction.
Hey, if you want to tap in on the podcast, man, just message us on Instagram. It's The Native Brand.
There's a QR right there, right on that corner. You can scan that. It'll take you right to it, man. Right there. That's the quickest way to get it done. And then you can watch it all and
Yeah, I'll do that.
yeah.
Oh
Hey,
shit!
is that the one? Is that the Rose Bowl with Vince Young, Reggie Bush?
I can hear.
Oh, you did? You heard that too when I pulled that out?
Uh-huh.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is. Jamie. Yep. This the one with Vince Young and Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Damn.
Had to grab
That's funny. Look, Yam knows. He knows his vintage. He knows his
seventh grade when
vintage.
national
He
championship.
knows his
I was in the
vintage.
seventh grade, man.
That hat's fire and clean, bro.
I don't know if you know what I'm saying. Put that on the camera.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's dope.
Is that not a follower right there? Somebody said, "Yo, I was just in that store. I bought a Cause shirt."
I just subscribed. No, you're
Yeah, that
good,
shit
you're
dope,
good.
man. For sure.
Let's go. Kobe in the building.
What y'all got going on, man? Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna tune in though for sure.
Appreciate you, bro.
Man, safe travels.
One love. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Let's talk about these Bengals, bro.
Ooh.
Let's talk about these Bengals real
Finally,
quick.
some good news.
Because
Finally, some
I've
significant news.
gotta
Good, bad, ugly, significant.
I've gotta be honest, bro. It was so dope that Jamar didn't sign until T did. Like, did anyone else understand that?
I mean, I understand
Well,
team chemistry.
I think that was going to be the plan either way.
Right, but like it's like it's strength in numbers, right?
Yeah,
like it's not like Jamar went and said, I'm gonna go ahead and sign my shit, and then we're gonna get you done. It's no, like we're gonna
together.
sign at the same time, bro.
But I think that was by design. Like, because
It should be like
because
if it was done by the Bengals, fuck yeah.
yeah, if they was going to let T go, T would have already been gone. You know
Right,
what I mean? Because
yeah.
they were holding this off for a while. So like the fact that they finally got it done, that's great. But I think we would have seen T leave a month ago.
Oh, tight.
You know what I mean? Like we would have. I mean, that's a long time.
To who?
Yeah, he has some offers.
To who?
Yeah.
I mean, he would have been able to go to. There was rumors Steelers wanted him. Like he would have gone. He could have gone anywhere he wanted.
I heard about.
No,
the Bra-
I mean,
heard about the Browns,
I know
too.
that. Like
the Patriots would have been
I
Anyone, they don't have
figured
anybody.
Patriots are dying to have a wide
somebody. They
receiver
don't have
like
anybody.
Anybody.
They're going to be at the bottom of the barrel again this year. Like it's just.
Need anybody.
I mean, they went from Super Bowls every year to
Bro, Bill Belichick out on spring break though.
in North Carolina. Why did you choose North Carolina?
He
That's
might
the
be-
question.
Is he from North Carolina?
He's
So he got family out there?
His 23-year-old girlfriend probably wanted to go spend the week out there.
gotta go. Bill, can we be on the beach every weekend?
Oh my god!
Look.
Anything
Well,
for you, sugar.
Anything
Oh
but
my
yeah.
god!
You know what though? Like to be honest, bro. Like what's he 70? You know what I mean? Like for him to be out there, like laying in the beach, just like putting
It's ridiculous.
putting this little girl up in the air with his feet is like, Grandpa.
Grandpa.
You know what I mean? Like he's just out here living his best life, bro. He doesn't
he
give a
living
fuck.
his best life.
He don't give.
It's been like what 30. 40
We know
years of
Kyle.
straight
Unfortunately,
football.
we don't know what's happening. Kyle was
Yeah, sorry, bro. We're gonna get it fixed tomorrow. It's we had great internet earlier today, and then of course when we try to go do it today, it's lagging. But
How can internet be inconsistent?
let me see.
A million other tech issues.
it
Are
could be.
are we in the new one?
That'll do it.
What speed test?
That is
Upload was at 2%.
like, was that two megabytes per second?
Yeah, it's usually at like 70 with this, but I mean obviously
Oh,
we're probably the download. It doesn't matter. It's the upload speed.
Hey, I'm convinced though. If they didn't sign Chase and Higgins back, I would have been convinced that Burrow would have left.
Oh,
So
for
they,
sure.
They had to do it. 'Cause
For sure.
You can't lose, bro. Like at that point, like they'll go down as like one of the worst franchises.
If you
I mean,
if
he
you
just played
if you
his best
lose,
season ever last season, I think wasn't that his best season like to date?
yeah, last season.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, that would be awful. And I think they've got like a whole trio because didn't when like Burrow first started and Chase, they like bought houses next to each other.
Yeah.
Like,
They played at LSU together.
I mean, that's like
Yeah, they
I
like-
feel like
they
that's a
best
really
buds.
sick like bond. To
yeah,
see.
no, that's
for
a
sure,
strong
man.
If my
relationship.
friends
Carrying
aren't with me,
carrying
am
that
I
into the
really
field,
having
you
a
know.
good time? Am I even gonna have like? Because that's a reliance I feel like you build when you've known somebody for 5 years. But
And you can see it too. You can see when they play. You know, like Burrow's throwing the ball to Jamar, like while his back's turned.
That's what it's like.
You
they
know
got,
what I mean? Like
telepathy or some shit.
That's that. That's
know
that.
what I'm saying?
That's
Like-
that best friend shit.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like I know that Jamar's about to break free right now, and I know that he's gonna break right. You know what I mean? Or
And you know that before
Or
the
Joe
defense
with the
even
little
know.
thumb. You know, you've seen that shit before where he's going to throw the ball and he'll just take his hand and do this, and then just, you know, he knows that Jamar sees that thumb and he's like, I got to go right. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to see how in tune they are together, bro. And,
Right.
it would be crazy to see Justin Jefferson on the team as well. Like, I love T, bro, and I don't even think I would trade T for Justin Jefferson, even though Justin Jefferson is such a phenomenal player. T is so fucking tall. His arms
He's
are
like
so
6'5".
long, dude.
He's
Like
6'5".
he is.
You saw the touchdown where he did the Space Jams.
So I've got a shirt idea that I was trying to do this morning, bro. I want that logo of him on the front, but I want his arm to wrap around the back of the shirt.
Damn.
Like just like Space Jam. I want the arm to be so long that the football is back here, right? Where it's like the whole logo of the shirt's here, and then there's just one long arm, and then there's a football back here.
It'd be funny.
I'll make
Send
it. I'll
it.
figure it out, bro.
Yeah, no, you can pull
Because
that
it's gonna be dope. It's just one of those things where it's like
Oh,
we
you wanna
need
go all
people
the way
like
around?
T,
That would be
bro.
two
You wanna
prints,
go
right?
all- you should
No,
go
no,
all the
it
way
would be
around, just like right up on the
16 by
armpit.
20, but the shirt would be sideways on the platen.
You should.
So instead of 20 tall, it would be 16 tall, 20 wide.
So-
And then the logo itself on the front of the shirt would only be 16 inches tall,
going to be centered.
but it
in
would be
the c-
20 inches wide, pulling over to the side of the shirt. I've done it. I did it with Sean Volkard's shirt. Did you see that? You saw that one I
So
did,
you're
right?
essentially basically what about a small?
What do you mean, what about small?
How is small gonna fit with 20 inches? Because you're gonna put it from a different direction, right?
I mean,
You
we
know
can.
what's crazy about
You still
Cincy?
put well, I guess you're right. Yeah. No, maybe smalls wouldn't work.
We have a knack for having like the
Look,
craziest touch.
look at it now. The 62 upload. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
Now look at Instagram. Instagram, we here?
AJ.
Instagram, we here?
AJ, what's that dude's name that caught that touchdown where he did the front flip over the guy?
Saquon.
Nope.
The backflip. Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, Jerome Simpson
Simpson.
for the Bengals.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a homie Jerome Simpson.
that's the greatest like touchdown I've ever seen.
Ever,
That's
bro,
like, that's-
ever.
I've
He
never-
landed it. He landed the fucking the stance
on
and
2
then
feet.
and then put his hands in the air. Yeah,
It was
Jerome
like
Simpson.
Judges should have been there with like tens.
Right.
Like,
That's
put up
exactly what
what
he
he
did.
Man.
Yeah. He's fired too, bro. He's out in where's he at now? I think he's in like Mississippi or something, but he's designing clothes out there now. He's making it happen, bro. He's doing tackle twill and Chanel patches and shit. Like he's on it. He's doing like high school merch and college merch for people. But it's crazy because like somebody like that that has still like top 5 like greatest touchdowns of all time. Yeah,
I've never seen a touchdown.
he got in trouble early with drugs. He had like 6 pounds dropped to the house or something, and yeah, it was just weed. Yeah, but he had it dropped off to the house. Somebody signed for it. He ended up getting busted, and that kind of like tarnished his career. But
Damn.
yeah, bro.
You think he was off that pack that day?
Bro, he smoking weed all day,
He did
bro.
the front flip.
Oh, without question. You saw Pac-Man talk about he's high all the time during the games too. Like Pac-Man even said it. He's like, I'm high all the time during the games.
Stop doing that.
Man.
Pac-Man, bro, Pac-Man's killing it right now. He's on a rampage, dude. That dude is
But
on.
can they still get like tested and stuff?
I mean, he doesn't play for the league anymore, so now it's kind of like hearsay, right? Like they can't.
But he probably could be messing it up for like the players now. They're
Oh, for
probably
sure.
like, yeah, you know.
For sure. I mean, he even talked about, like, I think it was 2 weeks ago, about how you would use fucking someone else's urine and the
Okay, hold on.
keep the urine. Like he said, the main thing was to keep the urine warm
Oh, hold on.
because they test the temperature of the urine when it comes out.
So and
like,
that's actually a really, I mean, there's no such thing as a cheap drug test as far as an effective one that they're going to use, but those are on the cheaper side where they're not going to send it off to a lab. You piss in a cup and on the side of the cup is litmus that'll tell you the temperature and will tell you, X amount of, which of like a handful of chemicals are in your piss. But if the temperature thing don't light up to a certain thing, I got piss tested for this job a few months ago, and I had never seen it before, but instead of them sending it off to a lab, it'll just tell you right there if there's any of like a handful of drugs like THC and coke and amphetamines and things like that. But if there's a strip that literally goes from like 90 up to 100, and they're looking to make sure you're in that sweet spot, and if you're not, they automatically fail and consider that tampering with the sample.
I mean, if it's coming out of your body at 80 degrees, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
I think Brandon's out of here, bro. Later, bro.
All right, bro. Good seeing you, big dog.
I'll take one of those. Much love. All good.
Scale of 1 to 10. How was that movie?
7.
Scale of 1 to 10. How was it?
I'd say an
8. All right. So you
7
liked it
and
more
8.
than he did. All right.
All right. All right.
It just certain moments like progressed a little faster. I think it could have used an extra 30.
You wanted more body. You wanted more
All right.
context.
All right.
Plot points, I was like, that was really conveniently fast. But other than that, great movie. Acting was really good.
I think something's going on in the Marvel universe. I'm getting a lot of Marvel stuff in my algorithm.
Dude, Marvel died with Thanos, man. We need to bring this shit back. Can we
I
bring
know.
Thanos back? Because this shit, it's been tough since he died.
It has been tough.
We collectively...
They
all
must be
think-
doing something because I'm getting a lot on my algorithm, bro. It's all over.
Yeah. What do you think, bro?
I hope so.
I was paying attention to him earlier. I was trying to figure out what they is they
Have a
Asics.
night, guys.
Hey,
Is it-
you too, bro. Be safe.
They look like Asics, don't they?
That's what I couldn't like see the logo. You know what I'm saying? But
Is that the
I was paying
Avitas?
attention to him.
Peep
a
the
little
fit
bit
real
earlier.
quick.
Is that the Avitas?
can't
Peep
see
the
what
fit
that
real
says.
quick.
That's crazy.
Avias from Walmart,
Bro,
baby.
the Avitas,
Avitas?
the Avitas that like match with the hyper color shirt and the motherfucking
The hat,
and
bro,
the, and
to
the,
a
and the
T.
felt hat, like that pink is so critical.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
This is the exact
Like,
shoe
look at
that grandma would buy from Walmart, bro.
Are they comfortable?
Bro, I promise you, these are 10 times more comfortable than the $200 Mocha Lows Jordan
Right, his feet feel
ones.
great right now.
Bro, these things are $19.88
Shut
at Walmart, and they are within 2 weeks. These are going to be everywhere. And like not this color in particular, because the pink is
of
definitely
pink,
like a
yeah.
female version.
Bro, those Florida
It
golf
take a lot
like
of confidence
golf
to wear pink.
golf course complexes hate to see you coming.
Oh,
The old
here
people
for it.
places hate to see you coming. Like he power walking like a motherfucker right now.
Like, look at that youngster wearing those new hip clothes. Like, wait a minute, those are our clothes.
Honey, I told
Just
you to
make
give
him
me a
look-
pair from the Wally World. Man.
all right. So apparently next week we got Shane Miller, and then the week after we got Hilarious Scales.
Well, let's
go.
fucking go.
March is packed. March is good
March
to go.
Madness.
March Madness.
It'll be fun, bro, because Hilarious Scales is up for best social influencer in Cincinnati right now.
Is that right?
And like, you know what's crazy is, like, honestly, within the past like 6 months, I've seen probably like 5 really good social influencers that are from Cincy, completely different than each other too, right? Like Hilarious Scales does the Hood 75 News.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so and it's crazy too. Like I've been watching his stuff for a while. He's really good friends with Gary Faulkner, the Bengal beard. So like we've been in that same like realm for a while, and then all of a sudden Kaylin starts seeing what he's got going on, and so Kaylin, like, she's like, you've got to look at this. It shows me something. It's Hilarious Scales. I'm like, oh, that's my boy. She's like, you know this guy? It's like, he's from Cincy. She's like, no, he's fucking not. I'm like, yeah, like, look, Hood 75 News. It's about I-75. She's like, no fucking way. So it's like, and then there's this mullet dude that does like food reviews. It looks like he's got
Mask
the
or something like
no, he's got on like it.
a clown like
So that's another guy that's
You know what I'm
Max
talking
that's Max Plus.
Yeah, Max Plus. That's
So that's another social
Can-
influencer that just popped up within
heard
the
about
past
him.
year. He's dope, bro. He's dope. Like he's creepy, right? But that's how clowns are. Like he's
yeah, I ain't
meant
meant
to.
say a
He's
clown,
meant
but
to.
I think he wear like a face mask or something.
Well, this guy's an actual clown. Like he like paints his face white, does like the red drips,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
blue
about.
mouth,
Okay, yeah,
and then
yeah,
he
yeah.
used to have like this crazy weird hair. He shaved it off, and now he throws on like this big paper mache head that he's got. But again, another social influencer within the past year, bro. That's just out making content. He's out doing it. Like he's just walking around with a high life, smoking a cigarette, going, we're downtown at the banks right now. See what's going on.
Do he be wearing like a suit?
Yep.
I know who you talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talking about the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
know
should
who
probably
you
see if we can get Max Plus on an interview.
I'd love to get him. Actually, I talked to him before about it. We've been in each other's DMs. He popped up at the like a magazine store that's 2 doors down from where I live. It's called Ink. It's a like a
talking about.
no. It's in Ink. It's a Northern Kentucky Ink. INK. I don't know. It's an acronym for something, but it's basically they sell books and like magazines, zines they call them.
Okay.
But he was there promoting one of his own books that he's got coming out. So it's really cool. They've got like a little setup there where they'll like,
Max Plus dropping a book soon.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like right there in the place, bro. It's fire.
thought
But so
I-
that was like the third person. Rhea Bella's out there too, bro.
I know. She's
Like,
been doing a lot of interviews.
out of fucking, I'm sure not out of nowhere, but like to see Rhea go from like creating for herself, and then doing stuff for Sal, and all of a sudden she just like, boom! I'm gonna go to South by Southwest
Yeah, do
and start interviewing people.
yeah.
Like
Boom.
that's the type of amazing shit that I want to see, bro. It's like people doubling down on their own worth and just going, hey, I can make this happen. I can do this.
Yeah,
That's
she's
it.
She's been doing interviews for a few weeks now, at least a month or two.
Yeah.
I've seen pretty
Just
consistently.
like doing it down in Covington,
Just the
Covington,
stand-up interviews
Covington,
that you see all
and
over,
then
yeah.
boom, right down to South by Southwest, bro.
Yeah,
And then
I-
she
yeah.
got some great interviews too.
She did. Yeah, it's definitely. It caught my algorithm. Hey guys, it got on my.
Appreciate you coming through.
It was on my algorithm. I saw it come through my news feed. I didn't really like. I'm getting to know the artists that she's interviewing. I'm obviously not familiar with them. That's why she's putting them on. But seeing the consistency, I think that's what matters most. Is that the fact that she's out there grinding and making it happen. Because like
And it's gonna get better and better every
Yeah,
single video.
exactly, she's gonna improve so quickly because of how many interviews she's doing. By the 30th interview, it's gonna feel like totally different than the first, even though it's gonna be the same phone, same handheld, everything's gonna be the same, but the quality's gonna
Different
raise.
interview.
Yep, she's gonna learn how far away from the hole for the microphone, different stuff like that, like little things. I've already noticed a change, and I've watched about 10 of them.
Oh yeah,
At least.
yeah. It's trimming the fat every single time.
Every
It's
time,
just gonna
yeah.
get better and better,
Yeah,
bro.
good on her. Congrats,
Yeah.
Rhea Bell. Good job.
All right,
For
so back to Bengals, bro. Back to the Bengals shit. How are you feeling about Trey Hendrickson? You think there's enough cap space to keep him now?
I mean, cap space has opened up more each year, so there's more money to give.
That's what you were saying. You said 30 mil.
It's a lot more each year. Overall, so you got to split that between like 4 players.
Right. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it. That's all
yeah,
it is.
the
It's
top.
extra money. That's all. But I think Trey Hendrickson is crucial, but we might get more value out of him. He's crucial to someone's team. For ours, he might be crucial, but if we can get some serious young value, because he is getting older, he's not going to have a better season than he had last year.
I see that.
It's not
I see
happening.
that.
It's not going to happen. He just had such a good season. He's not going to be able to repeat that because 2 seasons back to back like that. If that were to happen, the 3rd season's not worth the money because can you do that 3 years in a row? Probably not. So I would say his value is at the all-time high, and I think that's why they asked him to seek a trade because the most value they can get is right now in 2025.
So
For him, because obviously Jamar Chase is going to get more value in the next 2 years. He's going to grow in value because they got the contracts, but his value is going to grow because he's younger than Trey.
For
Trey's
sure.
older. Trey's not a young gun. You know what I mean?
I mean,
he just had a great season.
There's also something to going head to head every single play, bro.
Yeah.
You know, every single play, you're going toe to toe. It's not like, you know, I'm running 20 yards, 30 yards, and then coming back to the
I'm
huddle.
not even in the play this one.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
even, I
like-
don't even touch a DB. I literally just ran and run back to my spot. Where no matter, even if it's a dead play away from you, those linemen, those defensive, both offense and defense, they're hitting hard every time.
Every single
even
time.
if the running back is going wide out, like they're
I
going.
would-
It doesn't even matter because those guys have to hit every time. That's why the head is. Such
Do you
a
know?
big deal.
Do you know the average like lifespan of like defensive
All
line
players.
compared to like a wide receiver?
Oh, well,
It's
probably
it's got to be
significant.
3 years.
Yeah, because
or more.
most of the line they have about 3 or 4 players in depth because they're twisting their ankles so
Yeah,
often.
yeah.
Where the wide receiver, they might be running fast and jumping high and stuff, but they're not twisting their ankles or getting hurt that often. Their hurt happens when they're exposed and they get hit by a linebacker.
Yeah.
That's when you get hurt, you get clocked,
With the
and that's when you're out.
The running back years is what, like 6?
2.5,
2.5. Yeah, you said
running back years is 2.5.
less than 3.
Yeah, you said
heard
that,
86.
that's the lowest in the league, right?
Yeah, because running backs they're just like the linemen. No matter if you get the ball or not, as soon as you're faked, if let's say they fake the ball to you and they throw it out,
You're getting tackled anyway.
You're getting hit by a guy twice your size every time because you're in the backfield and you're open game.
Yeah.
You're allowed to get hit because you could be a blocker and he's allowed to block you. And just because it's a block doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. So the running backs, they have the shortest NFL career. But someone like a wide receiver compared to a lineman, the linemen, every play are getting damage.
Right.
Every play. They might be bigger, but they're playing against bigger. Wide receivers, the ball you might get 4 targets all game.
Right.
You're not even in the plays.
Yeah.
The play's going that side and you're on this side. Let's say they double you up. Because a lot of times, like Jamar Chase is going to get doubled. Now that he's got that contract, bro, prepare for doubles every play for him. Yeah, he's got T on the other side. Jamar's still that guy. They're going to put someone back because Jamar is a yak wide receiver, yards after catch. So he's
For sure.
He's really known for his yak.
I never heard that phrase before, but yeah, he's got boosters, bro. Boosters.
He's not height. He's catch, adjust, move.
It's
Where
it's
T
crazy.
is height. T is Randy Moss style.
Right. Oh, for sure.
They
But it's
compare
crazy to
him
see.
like Jerry Rice. Like early in his career.
I would say
like,
Jamar has better
Jamar- that's what I'm-
boosters than most wide receivers we've seen.
Yeah, like-
that's why
like
he's
his-
he's the literally
Jamar
the
Chase to
highest
Jerry
paid
Rice.
player of all time outside of a
He was
quarterback.
talking about like his hands and stuff like
So
that.
so
His legs were tight.
Miles Garrett's contract 2 weeks ago
Was it?
was it, and then they
Now
just
it's Jamar Chase's
all right. I'm just trying to
$5 million more a year than Justin Jefferson.
Well, he
not-
won-
not-
$5 million more a year than Justin. That's got to piss Justin off, I bet.
Well, Chase
Justin
wanted to be
will-
paid more than Justin Jefferson in the beginning.
By
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
100,000.
Yeah, like
By
yeah,
100,000. That's all. But now he got $5 million more a year.
yeah, and I can see
Just because Myles Garrett got his. If Myles Garrett wouldn't have got it, he would only got that one. So Myles Garrett did did Jamar Chase's service.
Yeah,
He got him more
Yeah.
money because the Browns just don't make any sense, dude. They're
who the fuck is going to be their quarterback? Who's going to be their quarterback?
well, they're not going to have it
Because
they're not going to draft one.
You wouldn't.
I would draft Shadir Sanders,
That's what I've heard.
but they're not going to. They're going to draft another edge rusher. So it's going to pair with Myles Garrett. So their defense is going to be tough.
So I mean, they're obviously they're spending all this money on Miles, and after Miles talked all this shit about the Browns, like
He's
what?
there for the rest of his career.
So who's the quarterback? Because he knows
Who's the quarterback?
he knows who the quarterback is. He knows
He wouldn't have
who's,
signed the deal without it. But it's not going to be Deshaun.
no, of course not. Who's going to be the quarterback? Because I guarantee you, they spilled the tea in order for him to sign that contract.
So it's not an edge rusher. They're drafting one.
I don't know.
Who's on the market?
Aaron Rodgers.
He's not going to the Browns.
I don't think Myles Garrett would be stoked.
I don't think
for
Aaron Rodgers would either. I
Yeah.
don't think he wants. I think
You
mutually.
said you said Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers, right?
the Steelers are the Giants.
Okay. Giants.
or the Vikings.
Wait a minute.
Did
Who's the
I-
quarterback for the Giants right now?
They don't have one.
I'm thinking Buffalo Bills. Holy shit!
Josh Allen.
I was like, where'd Josh Allen go?
Are we doing quarterback roulette? Because I'll answer them all.
Oh, I'm sure you will, bro. I'm sure you will. But so who do you think goes to Cleveland in order for Myles Garrett to stay there? Because Myles, he was off the train, bro. He was off the train and cashed in the checks.
I thought he was going to the LA Rams. I really did. I thought they were going to place Aaron Donald with him. I thought that's how it was going because they're looking for that.
So
they're looking for that.
So how did they keep him? It wasn't money because he even said like money's not an object.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Why would you not want to go to LA? Like from
So
Cleveland
who the Browns getting?
Shadir Sanders.
You do think that he's getting?
If they don't do the edge rusher, Shadir Sanders is going to pick third or fourth.
Not
if
under
he can be
Deion
picked
Sanders
second,
watch.
number one is going to be Cam Ward to the Tennessee Titans. So they got a quarterback. Number two is I can't remember that edge rusher's name is going to the Browns. But if they don't choose the edge rusher, they're going to go with a quarterback because Deshaun Watson should not play another.
He should be in the
down
NFL. Yeah.
in the NFL, so
Yeah.
he should be done. Who cares? You gave him the automatic, the guaranteed money. It's done. But like he should not get. Why should he get the opportunity? Who in the right mind? The Browns have got some moral compass. I hope because like,
Give it to Johnny Manziel over him.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Didn't they try that?
well, there's Russell Wilson's available.
I mean,
Aaron Rodgers.
I
You
mean
know
over
what Sanders-
Deshaun.
you know what Sanders
I'm
should-
saying
yeah, you know what
between
Sanders
the two.
should-
Oh,
go?
because if Russell Wilson's available, he might not go back to the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is available.
You know what Sanders should go? The Jets.
No, they just picked up Justin Fields.
Oh, they did?
Yes,
They got Justin
Wow,
Fields
That's crazy.
Mhm.
They got rid of Aaron Rodgers.
he's not back.
and Sanders ain't going to the Bears. That's for sure.
Nope, the Bears have Caleb Williams.
Who's playing for the Giants?
They don't have a quarterback.
Jesus Christ. All right, look. If he wants to go to Cleveland,
DeVito's there. The backup. The backup.
If he wants to go to Cleveland, he can go to Cleveland. But I
Shadir
just-
Sanders.
Yeah, but I don't think. You think that's the best? You think that's the best?
I
route for
think
him?
Browns need a quarterback,
That's gonna
and
be bad.
Sanders will be there at pick 3.
You
Or
think?
pick two?
You think his
But what's the end goal?
dad? You think his dad
He's not going
would
to
tell him
He's
that's
going
the
to stay
right
in
decision?
Colorado. Oh,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying.
I was saying, there's no. He's not going to the NFL.
No. I'm
Okay,
saying.
yeah.
I'm saying that as a father and being in the NFL and doing the dance. You know, he played for Atlanta, which obviously
Pull
was,
like an
was a
Eli?
fire team.
Pull like an Eli Manning, where you're not going to go to the Chargers. You end up going to the Giants.
What if he played
That's
for
what I'm
Cowboys?
saying. Like
He can. He's got the. A lot comes with Shadir Sanders.
Yeah.
a lot comes with him. It doesn't matter what team he goes to. He brings Hollywood to.
He's going to the Cowboys.
is he as good?
No, he's not going to the Cowboys.
They wanted
he as
Deion
good
Sanders
as-
to coach
as-
the
They
Cowboys.
got.
as
They're
his
invested in
name?
Dak. What
Is he as good as his name though?
Dak don't even know what he want to do.
is he as good as his name?
1 minute
Well,
Dak
no, that's a
wanna be there,
big
1
thing to
minute
live up.
he don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
I'm just-
LeBron James, Bronny's getting eaten alive in the NBA.
Oh, of course.
He
But-
like
but they're
he
not-
like he
in G
put
League,
0,
he's-
0, 0, 0 on the board. He
In,
played
in,
like a
in the
decent
G
amount.
League, he's averaging like 16 a game.
Well, Bronny,
And,
now, yeah,
um,
well, yeah,
yeah,
but
but-
he's already
Yeah, I
seen
would-
the NFL.
he's just
but he's
not
already
getting
seen the NFL court. When you see the NFL court and you do zeros, you go
The
back to the
NBA
G
court.
League, and all of a sudden you see how easy it is. You're like, wow, that's their
Yeah.
world's different.
I would do.
Sometimes
I would
you
do great
need
on
some playing
Teespring.
time. Sometimes you
Right.
need some playing time to get in the motion.
you
of the
have
game.
to. But when you go on that court and everyone's like, you're LeBron James' son.
Oh yeah,
I'm
going
gonna put my target on. He's got a target. It's not.
course.
It's not even
Yeah,
his
it's
fault.
target on his
It's not
back.
even his fault. He's just born into royalty. But back to NFL, I think Shadir Sanders will live up to something because I do think that he has been under pressure his whole life, and I think he will step up. But I don't think that he's going to be the best quarterback out of his class. I think that Cam Ward guy is pretty good, and he's going to the Titans. The Titans need a quarterback because Will Levis is garbage. Unfortunately, he is a UK player, but I do think Cam Ward's going to do pretty well. But the Titans are going to still be terrible. The Browns will still be terrible, but Myles Garrett is paired.
Who's the quarterback from the '90s? I thought it was Cam Ward. That's crazy. Last name Ward. I've got a couple.
Cam Ward.
I've got a couple. What were
Hines
they?
Ward. He's a wide receiver.
Yeah,
No,
he played for the
For the
no, it
Steelers,
wasn't Hines
yeah.
Ward.
86.
He was great. He's a great wide receiver.
CJ Moore?
Hines Ward's
underrated
I
wide
didn't.
receiver.
Back in the day, he wasn't underrated. They just don't talk about him now because he wasn't flashy.
Did you say you said
what make you
CJ
underrated,
Ward
though.
is
That's underrated. That just
They kind of make you.
that makes underrated, but that makes you people
If you're not
sleep
flat- 'cause
on.
Think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
all
yeah,
the.
I guess,
All
yeah,
right,
that's fair.
Terrell Owens,
Well, he
Chad
went on
Johnson.
the Star,
Randy Moss,
best wide receiver we've ever seen.
but he was kind of flashy too.
Yeah, why would you be underrated? You can't be underrated if you're flashy. No one overlooks gold.
That's what. So what I'm saying is like underrated wide receiver is like the guy. Okay, Tim Duncan, he got 5 rings.
Yeah, but I'd still
But we
choose
don't ever
Joker
bring-
over him.
Charlie Ward.
We talked about this. I would take Joker over Tim Duncan. I would take Nikolai Jokic over Tim Duncan in a number 1 draft pick NFL draft if they were both in the same draft. Because I think the Joker is more versatile
I think when Tim Duncan
and
came
is
in,
unstoppable on the court.
when Tim Duncan came in the game, the game was played different than how Jokic.
I'm not saying what era.
I mean, you know.
I'm not saying what era. I'm
Because
saying if
there's
the
different
draft
rules. There's
happened.
different rules.
I think if the draft
that's the-
happened
that's
in
what the era depends on.
1950,
Oh, it was
or if
really
the draft happened in 2025, I will still take Joker over Tim Duncan. The reason being is because
crazy. He got.
I don't think Joker is ever
going
gonna be able to be stopped.
He's got size up under him.
that I'm
He's
just
not
saying the
most
draft.
athletic guy, but he has that. He has that type of weight. Like in basketball, some people just have that type of body weight on them, where they just know how to maneuver. They're not gonna like go high flying on you like Vince Carter or Blake Griffin, but they have that certain type of body weight that they know how to maneuver and put it on you, and they craft it around the basket, and they can do things like that. And that's Jokic.
Crafted around the basket.
Crafted around the basket. Here's
Yeah,
the thing.
that's it.
I think,
But
I think Jokic,
you want me to tell you what always
but he
beats
can
that?
also shoot better than Tim Duncan.
Wait till Wemby. Wait till Wemby.
I
gets
didn't
in
talk
his
about
prime.
Wemby.
But Wemby will be
Wemby's young
guarded,
gun.
But he
Is
will
he
be
injury
guarding
prone?
him.
He looks like he's injury prone.
We're not gonna wish that on him, but he will be.
I'm not
guarding
wishing,
him
I'm
at
just
some
stating.
point. And
Are you
Jokic
going off
will
of
not-
patterns?
Jokic.
I'm
will
going
not
out.
be
He's
able
out
to
for the
guard him.
season.
Jokic can't really do anything with somebody that's really like
Patterns. He's only
more
in the league 2
athletic
years.
than- like way taller and more athletic than him. He can't really do nothing with that. That's why he uses his body weight.
But his size is Wemby's biggest advantage. You know what Joker's biggest advantage is? His court vision. Wemby doesn't have court vision like Joker. Rebuttal?
I mean, you talking about? I mean, what assist? You just
I'm talking about
When we say
playmaker.
court, yeah, court, you
But he's
talking-
guess what? He's also 7 foot.
Okay.
Rebuttal?
You're like, next question.
I'm just saying. I'm saying Joker is literally the perfect player outside of his
He'll have-
physicality
he'll
because he's
probably
not
dominate,
he's not LeBron James in the sense
he'll
of what he can. His
dominate
body's.
probably about 2 to 3 more seasons, and then
You
once
think Joker's gonna fall off it for 2 seasons? I bet
Because the
Joker.
game-
I bet Joker has a decade left
the
in it.
game- the
A
game is
decade, 10 years as one of the best
This
players
is
in the
recorded, right?
league. Yeah.
I got to
it's
quote you
recorded.
on
Yeah,
it.
it's cool.
Would be.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just making, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to
'Cause
hold
the-
you guys
the-
accountable on these
and
foresights.
if I'm wrong,
March
and if
18th,
I'm wrong,
2025. Quote me. I
That's
think Joker
fine.
has 10 years of solid basketball where he's
And
a
you said
top
he's
10
got 3.
player.
I'm giving
And
him
you-
3.
Giving him 3.
Three.
Because the
So I got
game-
7
because
years
the
on
game,
you.
The game is going to
We'll
adapt.
see.
The game is going to adapt. There's going to be taller players, more athletic, because Joker's not athletic.
The
He just-
game is
he's
going
just
to
real good at
adapt.
Using his body, like I don't play, like bro, I really
But
play
you-
basketball. Like I
It doesn't
know
matter,
people-
but do you
I
think
know
you could
people
take
who
down
are-
Joker? I
know
think Joker
people
would
who
eat
are
you
ath-
alive.
I know people who are athletic.
Dog.
I know people who like
For real. Play it or not.
They have like
He's the
these
best
little-
player in the world, and he'll be the best player in the world for the next 2 years.
You sound like a fan. So like
I
what I'm
sound like a
saying is-
knowledgeable basketball
what I'm-
fan.
what I'm saying
I've
is-
watched basketball. I'm 36 years old,
I
bro.
watched it and
I watched
played it.
Jordan. I watched Scottie Pippen. I would say Joker would eat Scottie Pippen alive. Alive. I think Scottie Pippen. I honestly think Scottie Pippen would be fourth on Joker's. Like literally, if you put Joker, you put a second to Joker right behind him, and another person behind Joker, and then Scottie Pippen would sit there. Jordan would be your guard, but Joker would score. Joker would be the best facilitator on the court. Joker would be one of the
where
better
he from?
defenders because
from
he's tall.
overseas, right?
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
No, but I'm saying like,
I'm saying Joker.
The overseas game that's how it's taught. Like the fundamentals.
He's positionless.
The fundamentals of the game of basketball
Jay,
is way sharper overseas than it is in America.
a
course he got that.
wagerless
He's
bet
not
was
athletic,
made.
though.
Oh,
What?
He
yeah.
gave the Joker
So,
3 years. Andrew
I
gave
gave
the
him 3.
Joker 10
I
years.
gave him 3.
10 years.
the game adapts
10
fast.
more years.
It's gonna come.
What do
We
you mean by
already got-
now? Can you break that down for me a little bit? What do you mean when you say?
Which, by the way,
ga-
did you guys see how fast I went to the bathroom?
Because
That
you
was
got the kicks.
Because of
Is
them
it
shoes,
those
bro.
fucking Avitas? You're light on your feet,
Floated
bro.
over there. Floated.
The reason I have so much
We're gonna get
confidence
a, we're
in
gonna
the
get a
Joker,
Wally World Avita sponsor.
right? The reason I have so much confidence in the Joker is because no matter what game you watch a Joker, they're all the same.
No.
They're all the same. And it doesn't matter who he's playing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what circumstance, what team is on the other side of the court. The only bad days Joker has is probably because he woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
I hear
it's
you.
not because of somebody else. No one defends him. Look at his stats, bro.
I hear you
he's had
on,
the best,
on the
He's
stats.
had the best season.
Numbers don't lie.
He's
as
had
far
the
as
best
people's
season. They're going to
consistency.
give the MVP to SGA, to Shane Gilgeous-Alexander,
That's the dude that
because
played
they
for the Thunder.
feel weird about giving too many MVPs to players. That's the reason LeBron
You
hadn't
talking about
got.
the guy from the Thunder, right?
Correct.
Have you
And-
have you seen what he's been doing?
He's putting up 50 points a game almost. And the point is, but it doesn't matter. Joker still got better
That's
stats overall.
Now,
More
now-
assists.
Now you're talking about
Joker-
consistency
Joker-
and
Joker
stats,
might be
and
the
I
mind
get it.
of that
Numbers
game.
don't lie, but he said something that's a little less. Numbers don't lie to me, or maybe
Sure.
there are numbers to this, and I'm not. I'm
There's
just trying.
numbers involved.
I'm trying to get a frame of understanding about something you said. You said the game adapts fast. So in the context of a player who's putting up consistent numbers, the stats don't lie. So the Joker's doing what he's doing regardless of the game. But when you say the game adapts, like what do you mean in context? Like just the way each individual
this is a good
game
question
carries
for
out?
Jeremy Lin,
Yeah,
when
he's
Jeremy
got you.
Lin was playing with the Knicks, and he hit his breakaway, and he was putting up like 30 or 40 points a game, right? Didn't
Okay.
nobody know about him like that, for real. So they was trying to adjust to him, and they was trying to adjust to him.
Much better, yeah.
When Jeremy Lin was playing with the Knicks, and he went on his run where he was scoring 30, 40 points a game, all that stuff, right? Carmelo was on the bench all day because he was injured or whatever. you
All
know?
right.
Didn't nobody really know about Jeremy Lin. And then when the scouting report came out, everything changed. So with Jokic, he's still, like, I'm not discrediting what he's saying. Like, the dude's talented. But what I'm saying is he's not athletic. So, like, the game is constantly changing. Like, right now with Wemby, we are watching.
Now, when
we're watching a
this makes-
7'5" guy who plays like Kevin Durant, who
Like-
can block shots. Like,
In a different sports context, the game of skateboarding has evolved so significantly, and the athletics that it takes, the game of breakdancing, all right, the sport, the athletics that it takes, and just the general way that generations of these athletes have just improved and peaked in physique and style and technique and added new creative flavors and abilities. I want to know how that really translates in a basketball context here.
all right, with
Can I-
Stephen
can I
Curry,
take this one?
Stephen Curry shoots a lot of threes, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you put a 6'8" guy on Stephen Curry,
Okay.
it's gonna disrupt the way he shoots. That's why you don't ever see it.
I think
Right,
he
right.
shoots from half court at that point. But let me,
like,
can I,
like in a heavy in a boxing context, just just in the right class, like just people are in different classes at the end, like regardless at the end of the day physically.
oh, like boxing.
like just like not to say that they're classified that way. I know that, but
So we got Tank Davis and you got Mike Tyson.
but hang on, he's got an answer for that question. Holler at me.
I mean, I understand that he would like Jokic a lot.
no, I think you made my, I think you made my point
Actually,
stronger.
from actually the guy who's played ball, like I'm telling you, bro, if you put a taller, more athletic guy that's disciplined on defense against Jokic, he's gonna shut Jokic down.
Jokic hasn't
it's
been
gonna
shut down
frustrate
in
him.
his career. So far, we're yet to see someone shut down Jokic.
Well, maybe he hasn't met his match yet.
We'll see. Yeah,
All
I think
right.
Wemby is his best chance.
Yeah,
but
that's what I
Wemby is
said.
injury prone right now. So here's my thing. I think you made my point earlier because you said Jokic isn't athletic. He's not athletic. Okay.
Wasn't your point that he just
He doesn't need to
it's his ability to utilize strategy on
He
the
said
court.
he had great court
His-
He's got court vision. He can shoot the ball from any spot. He can drive. He doesn't have to move fast. I think the lack of athleticism in 10 years is going to still translate for him to keep scoring.
because he's
And
playing
where
he's
is-
playing
how-
with
how
his
old is he
mind
right
more
now?
than brute
How old
force.
is he right now?
This is 27, 28.
So you think he's gonna do this when he's 37 and 38?
Are,
Well,
are we
based
at a
on
wrap?
LeBron-
in,
You said 10 years.
It's in 7 minutes. Is that our wrap?
About 10 o'clock, so about 10 minutes. So I think
So when he's 37, you saying he's gonna still do what he's doing right now?
based on
10 years
based
from
on
now,
based on what
the
I've
game
seen,
changes.
based on it doesn't matter if the game changes. I think where he's at, I think is timeless because he doesn't have to be athletic to score. Athleticism is affected with age, and unfortunately,
He also has that shot that's way the fuck
Way
back
back, you can't
here
stop
that
him.
you can't block, dude.
can't stop him.
except for somebody like Wemby.
and
Exactly.
Wemby is
But
not
that's
going to
what
be
I'm
out
saying.
on the 3-point
But
line.
what I said is the game is changing. So like you're gonna like Wemby's not gonna be the only person you see that's like tall and lanky like that. Like you're gonna see more players.
You think
like that.
Wemby's going to have someone's going to match Wemby in the recent years? I
I
think
ain't
we
saying
would.
they're gonna be
I think we've
exactly
already.
like
I
Wemby,
think
but we go
No, no,
definitely,
I
we would have
think-
already
definitely
heard
gonna
about
see
it.
a lot more tall, long
Sure.
players.
Yeah, sure.
That has the coaching to stay disciplined on defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna really play solid defense because they want to bring that essence of the game back. They was already talking about this since after the All-Star
I
game.
can just appreciate
So-
that we're talking about the difference between the player and the game and the way that it's overall culture.
But the
and
game
is
can
going.
change. But
It's going.
athleticism,
the evolution. is
athleticism is the number one key you're looking for. Okay, and if the player is the best player in the world and they have no athleticism, I think that's a good
You
thing.
think he's the best player in the world?
Joker? Yes,
Okay.
100%. I think the number two.
I don't know, man. Steph
I
doesn't
agree to
miss
disagree.
shit, bro. Like Steph doesn't
Yeah,
miss fucking.
but the thing
shit.
about
disagree with that
but the thing
statement,
about
but okay.
Steph, the thing about
Totally
Steph
disagree.
that is different than Joker is Steph may be a great shooter and whatever, but if Steph has a bad night, on shooting,
it affects the whole team.
If he wasn't
his
playing-
assists
so if
are about
Joker wasn't
6.
playing with the
If
Nuggets,
Joker has a bad night shooting, Joker can have 18 assists.
so Joker could go on any team in the NBA and he'd be the best player in the world.
100%.
Name the worst team he can go on that you think he'll still be the best player.
I don't
in the
matter
world.
what team he's on. I think he's.
No,
I think.
I just asked you that.
I think he's the best player. I think Luka is probably number 2. I think
Luka's going to LA.
I think he's
he's
SGA is
in
number
LA now.
3.
You know why
I
he's
think
in
number
LA too.
4 is probably Tatum. I think number 5 is probably LeBron James.
I've got more info on why Luka went to.
I think it's
LA.
more of a marketing thing for real. Because I
It's-
think LeBron going to retire in like about like a few seasons.
I've
I
got-
think he rejuvenated LeBron's career.
I've got it. I've got the
What's
tea,
your
bro.
piece of tea?
I've got the tea. So
Is
I told you before
sweet tea or extra sweet?
so the new owners of the Dallas Mavericks, the husband and wife that bought the shit from Mark Cuban.
He's still part owner. He still has stake in it.
He
He doesn't make decisions. He's got
right. He's got a little stake in it. So here's what I've read was that the lady of the husband and wife that bought into the Dallas Mavericks, they, like I told you before, they want a team in Las Vegas. They want a Las Vegas franchise basketball team. They want to be able to do a casino / arena.
Yes, I do.
Right,
Yeah.
so that they can make money 7 days a week, not 1 day a week.
Right. It makes total sense.
It makes total sense.
And Vegas would love an NBA team.
And Vegas is going to get the expansion team in 2026. I think I read
But don't they have to do 2 teams at one time?
2 teams at one time. Charlotte's getting the other one.
They said LeBron.
So
Charlotte's getting another team?
they're bringing because the Charlotte Hornets aren't the Charlotte Hornets anymore,
But
right?
Charlotte's going to get another team.
Charlotte's getting another team. So it's Vegas and Charlotte that are getting 2 teams. This
There must be
lady,
a lot of basketball fans in
You
Charlotte.
said Las Vegas was trying to have their own basketball team.
Yeah, so-
and I heard LeBron was trying to be one of the owners.
there it is.
See, boom,
So
Luka.
listen.
Now hang on.
told you.
Now we're talking
let me-
business, sports
let me-
That's
business.
what I'm saying,
Let me
bro.
let me
And this
tell-
is
let me-
business.
Let
Let us
me-
not
LeBron
Let
forget.
me
go
tell the
retire.
story real
Luka
quick.
come-
So the chick of the husband and wife duo that bought the Dallas Mavericks, they're dying to get the casino / arena, and Dallas won't let them do it because for whatever reason. So this chick,
Well, yeah.
this chick, and the reason
Makes
why
sense.
the reason why no one knew Luka was going to go to the Lakers because she went to LeBron and said, "Hey, I'm gonna get you your ring. I'm going to sell Luka to the Lakers. We're gonna get you your ring, And then when you retire and you buy into the franchise of Las Vegas, we're moving the Dallas Mavericks to Las Vegas because of the fact that once we lose Luka, the Dallas Mavericks, they're not going to be happy with me. She literally said, I'm going to have the entire state furious with me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send him to the Lakers so that you can get your last championship ring. And then when you retire, you're buying into the Las Vegas Mavericks, right? So now he's going to be part owner in that franchise in LA, and she's completely taken the punch on the chin, going, I'm gonna diminish the team right now, where they want to open up a franchise in Vegas for us. And it's like it made so much sense, bro. It made so much sense when I was listening to it and reading it, because it's like she's sabotaging her own shit
Short term.
to set up the next 20 years of a casino / arena.
Long term,
It's
yeah.
gonna be insane what they do in
Makes
Vegas.
so
with
much
that.
sense, yeah.
And then LeBron's gonna be a part owner in the team
So LeBron James and Tom Brady are both going to be owners in Vegas.
of a Las Vegas team.
So LeBron James and Tom Brady will be owners in Las Vegas. What are you saying over there?
I said LeBron. I said LeBron retiring in about like 2 or 3 seasons.
I give him 3 seasons.
I've been
3
here, I
seasons.
had been here.
So
When
he's going to
LeBron-
retire,
you
but
know
he's
what's
going to
crazy,
cash
bro?
in
I knew LeBron-
he's just going to basically give himself a promotion in the industry from player
He
to
doesn't
owner.
need
I mean, you got to, at the end,
matter.
at the end of the day, you got to look at what what the other greats did, right? Jordan, when he retired, what did he do? He didn't buy the Bulls. He didn't stick with the Bulls. He bought the fucking Charlotte Hornets. You know what I mean? Like
That's because he's from North Carolina.
yeah.
Yep.
But he, what was it? Was it the Hornets that he bought? No, it was the
Hornets.
Wizards. He bought the fucking Washington
Well,
Wizards.
he played for the Wizards, and then but he bought the Hornets, and it
Hornets.
was Charlotte.
Okay.
It was
bought
Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah.
And that's because
He just recently sold Charlotte.
You know, they just started out slow. They had Omega Okafor and Raymond Felton, people like that on their team. Raymond Felton, I think he went to North Carolina, and Omega Okafor played basketball at UConn. He played with Ben Gordon. Shit, man, I lost my goddamn train of thought, bro.
Jordan buying the
Okay, this is what I meant to say. I knew LeBron was going to the Lakers before he even went there. And it was crazy because this was when I was heavy on like Instagram, Snap, doing the stories, all that shit, right? So like I remember going on Snap and I'm like, yo, LeBron's going to LA, because I heard that, okay, this was before Space Jam 2 came out. And I heard it was in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where you think they shooting the movie at?
right, L.A. Yeah.
It only made sense. So
Right.
I'm just like, oh yeah, he's going
Put
to
two
LA.
and two together early.
He's
Yeah.
going to LA. And everybody, no, he's not going to LA. Bro, you tripping, bro? What you talking about, bro? You smoking dope. All that.
He
right?
said, "Be that as it may, and as good as the dope was, I know what I'm talking about."
Yeah. Now go
he
burn
went
your
to LA.
jersey. Go burn your Cavs
Then
jersey.
he go to LA. I ain't even post nothing. I was just like, shit.
Yeah.
So like, bro,
Man,
So how many years do you think LeBron got left in the tank?
he said 3.
I think he go over time about 2 or 3 years.
What is it 2 or is it 3?
Oh, so you want a definite number?
So-
3.
So you're putting
think
three.
so.
So you're putting 3 on Yoke, and you're putting 3 on Bron.
You threw out the league in the same year.
I said with Jokic, if you think he can play at the game he playing now, if you think he go play like this for 10 more years, okay.
I don't think athleticism matters
Let's
for
go
him.
catch up with
I think sports medicine has gotten so good. I think Joker's gonna have enough medicine, enough doctors around him to extend his
Now
career.
think about-
And he doesn't have to be athletic.
think
That's the
about all
thing.
the- think about-
Athleticism is the reason players get out of the league. Paul George, athleticism, wither away.
play the same. He
Russell
broke his
Westbrook, athleticism, withered away. You know what I mean? John Morant needs his athleticism. You know what Joker
He
needs?
already has that naturally.
He needs his arm, make sure he can throw a pass, make it throw a few shots, and he's also 7 foot.
That's what I'm saying.
10
so
years.
like 10 years from now, you're gonna see way more 7-footers. that are
2036.
Way more disciplined.
2036, he
on defense.
retires.
You
That's
said
a-
2036.
He'll retire.
Well, that's 10 years from now.
11. But
10 and a half.
I think peak.
So,
Because think about it, bro. He doesn't even worry about athleticism. He's so big.
He's playing
and
with his
he
mind?
just shoots.
How much does he make in a year?
He just plays with backyard basketball.
How much does it make a year?
You heard what he said. Backyard basketball. He's just a crafty guy. It's
He
like
is.
it's like the guy at the Y, who
And-
just he got that. He's not like the most.
He's
not
got
gonna
the-
high,
he's got
not
that
gonna
shot.
high rise over you, but he has that weight. He has that.
He got that-
grown man weight.
he got
to
that
where he knows how to use
drunken
his body.
kung fu flow on.
Yeah.
on
He got
the-
that. You know what I'm saying? Like he.
But he might not even continue playing because he likes to just go home. When he won the championship, he's like, I want to see my horse.
and that could be another thing.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's
But I ain't gonna lie
he
to you.
literally said that.
I have-
They're
well,
like,
he-
what do
he
you want to
from-
do now, Joker? He's like, I
I
just
don't-
want to go home and see my horse.
Yeah,
And they're like,
but
dude,
and you know what else?
you worry about
That's
basketball?
so wholesome.
He's so wholesome,
He's
bro.
from
No
what?
wonder you
He
like
from
him.
Serbia?
He's amazing.
He's
you
from,
fucking
like-
fangirl.
He's from like what?
When he
Serbia?
wins, he
What's
won a
the-
chip,
what's the name of the
so-
country?
Hey,
Serbia?
put some money on it, then you can love him. You know what
I
I'm
don't need
saying?
to put money on
Is
it.
it like Serbia?
I believe in the
Serbia?
Serbian, yeah.
Serbia, something
Yeah.
like that.
Serbia, yeah.
I'd have
What is
seen
this?
their games.
He's from Serbia.
I'd have seen Serbia games, how they play over there.
Wait.
And I ain't gonna lie.
He's an international player.
Yeah, he from overseas.
They go hard.
No, they're
Bro.
positionless. They don't play point guard or center.
No, that's not what
They
I meant.
train them
He
from the
said.
beginning.
He said that's not my job.
I don't know.
He doesn't have a job.
Bring the hook back.
He doesn't have a job. He
I
just
done- I
plays
done
all the
seen the
positions.
games.
That's what
That's
makes him
right.
great. And he's
No.
7 foot.
No
I've
job
seen the
titles.
games that they
We're
that
all
they
in this.
actually the people who play
That's
overseas
rare.
where he from. I'd have seen how they put their games together, and it's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It is crazy.
Yeah, they got like
They train the
five- be
guards with the
having, like,
centers. You can't
fireworks.
do that.
They got,
Never
like,
a basketball camp. The guards and the centers go to different
I'm talking about
circles.
the energy from the fans.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
So,
say
like,
the training though.
I'm talking about the energy from the fans.
Sure.
Like they got like fireworks and stuff popping out of the crowd. They holding
Sorry, bro.
flags.
Oh, you're
They
good.
got cheers.
I was just getting to
They,
it.
oh, like, but it's like the stands is packed. Like imagine going to a Ohio State Michigan game, but that it's like that every day for a basketball game.
Because they're celebrities. So,
Over there.
all right. So who do
You
you
see
think
how
wins
much
the?
spirit
But
is,
who
like,
wins the
how much-
championship this year? Yaman?
Who's winning?
Who
this
wins
year?
the chip this year? Because
Like-
I don't think
like-
Denver wins this year, even though Joker's the best player.
They're not winning this year.
They're not winning this year.
Forget about it.
Nope. I don't even think they get to the Western Conference Finals. I think it's the Lakers.
What do you think the peak of March is going to look like for it?
Well, it's not until June.
I know, but we're
Oh,
talking.
you talking about the college hoops?
The college.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Ooh,
Auburn
that's a
wins
good
it.
For real?
Auburn or Florida.
Okay.
But Auburn is playing pretty good. So is Florida.
No,
Bruce
we were
Pearl.
about we're
Bruce
at
Pearl
the
used to
end,
coach
just
at Tennessee. He
a
used to
couple
coach at
over. So I
Tennessee.
just wanted to get while we're talking
Yeah.
basketball, I wanted to get a
We're
quick
about to
March,
wrap it
get a
up,
quick
yeah.
March Madness insight from you.
Oh yeah,
It is- it is
we
tournament
hold that
starts on
March Madness
Thursday.
up. Let's hold that March Madness up to next week. We got to see what's going on.
Well,
You
it
know what
starts
I'm
this week.
Starts this week, so
I
we'll
know,
talk.
we
We'll
gonna see
talk.
what's
We're
going
gonna talk
on
about it
We're gonna
next
see
week.
what's
We're
going
gonna-
on this
Well,
first
I
week, and then we
think
go
that
way out.
Kentucky's going to get to the Elite Eight.
All right.
UK is going to get to the Elite
Y'all
Eight, and
lost
that's what
against us.
I know. But I think they're going to turn on you and your.
You guys are
You
great.
and
This
your-
is the healthy competition I
don't know
live
about
for.
this. I don't know. I think it's time to wrap it up with his fist pumps.
Oh,
Jay, what else you got,
He said that's it.
I
We're
was
cutting
just-
his mic off. We're
let's
cutting his
have it
mic off.
I was just reading another article about another
Bad.
another.
Hey, don't get mad at us.
School
I think,
teacher
you know what? I
having
think
sex
y'all
with
need
a
to treat.
student.
Y'all should treat Coach Calipari better.
It was his
Nah,
time
he
to go,
had
bro.
Arkansas.
There's
y'all,
hope and
It was
hope.
his
y'all
time.
There's
booed
hope.
this man when he came to y'all gym.
He can go to
And
Arkansas.
they still
I don't
won.
care.
Y'all booed this man, and he still beat y'all.
Well, he
That
can-
make y'all look bad.
I-
Y'all going
I
out.
got-
Y'all going out sad.
I got
so
hope
that's-
and Pope.
Listen,
Hope and Pope.
Let's go.
y'all, listen, man. Y'all gotta,
Calipari can go to Arkansas all he wants, bro.
I mean, he
Who's-
did a lot of great things for y'all.
He did.
So don't
He won a
treat that
chip
man like
2012.
Who's
Anthony Davis.
winning March Madness?
I'm.
that. You know what? I'm gonna
Real
give it to,
early game call. You know what I'm saying? Real early call.
It's not real early. It's tomorrow or Thursday.
No, but I mean,
The
shit, we got a long
the
way.
pre games are tomorrow. The first they have the playing games.
gonna
But
give it to
I think Auburn. I'm feeling Auburn.
Okay.
Did you see the shitstorm that North Carolina's getting right now?
For getting in the tournament.
Yeah.
That's not even their fault. They just
Do you know why?
it's a blue
though?
blood thing. That's why.
This might be the year. of the
No.
upsets.
Do you know the real reason why the North Carolina Tar Heels got into the tournament? A guy named Bubba Cunningham. You ever heard of him? He gets paid a monthly bonus if the North Carolina Tar Heels make it to the tournament.
But why would the tournament care if you got a monthly bonus?
Shout out Mama Bear.
I'm gonna look it up real quick
He sound
for
like
you.
he got
Chat.
some money. He sound
Hey,
like
Mom.
Bubba Cunningham.
And he
Shout
sound
out,
like he
Mom.
know how to make real good
Hey,
barbecue
Mom.
too.
I love
Hey, Mom.
He sound like
Hey,
he know how to
Mom.
make some real good barbecue.
Hey, Carol
So-
Eisler, Mom. What's up?
That's all I love.
Hope you're well. I'll see you tomorrow.
So he's the director of athletes for the University of North Carolina, but he gets a monthly bonus if
But why
the
would the
team
tournament
makes it
care?
in.
But why would?
I don't know.
Because Indiana was supposed to get in, but they didn't. I guess is what the talk was.
It was Indiana, or was it somebody else? I thought it was somebody else.
I think Indiana didn't get it either. But North Carolina should have got in. They just lost to Duke. But
You know what, bro? I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I don't want you to lie ever.
I wanted to go for Duke, but until Cooper, he got injured. He twisted his ankle.
Duke.
I mean, it's just
Duke
an ankle
way too
twist.
much.
This is
But
on
the way the game-
Barstool
You
right
can't
now.
spell Duke without UK.
How about the NC athlete director Bubba Cunningham making an extra $104,000 and $166 for the Tar Heels making it to the NCAA tournament? Just happens to be the chair of March Madness. So Bubba Cunningham is the chairman of March Madness, and he gets a bonus.
Chairman of March Madness.
He gets a bonus of over $100,000 if the Tar Heels make it to the tournament.
I mean, he got his foot.
And the Tar Heels were 2-10. Is that what I read?
So he can dictate. So that means
No,
watch out for
because
referees.
they wouldn't have gotten it if they're 2-10. They were 22-13.
Watch what the refs do.
Man.
That's how you go keep this shit raw.
But before you go any further, first, right now, the score is Tar Heels up 37-19 on San Diego State in the first four.
Well,
So
should be like that.
right now, North Carolina is earning their place.
All right.
So it says Bubba Cunningham, again, UNC's aide, who doubles as a selection committee
Yeah, they're
chair,
8 seeds.
gets a $104,000 bonus for UNC making the NCAA tournament. That's 1 month's salary. And there's another $225,000 in bonuses in played based on what happens in the tournament.
Shout out to Sean Bucci.
Sean Bucci in the building.
I gotta make it to the next one. We will see you at the next one, bro. Next Tuesday, come
Next
through.
Tuesday, we confirmed mid-podcast Shane Miller.
Shane Miller.
Shade Miller will be here next Tuesday. Sean, we'd like to see you there.
And then the Tuesday after that, we've got Hilarious Scales, bro. That's gonna be dope. I love watching all of his social media content. That dude's insane.
Alabama State won earlier
Hold on, let me see that.
against San Francisco, Pennsylvania.
Alabama State.
Catch it.
Hey,
This is how we
do it. But that's interesting that North Carolina gives a guy a bonus. Why would just one team? There has to be other
It hit the
teams.
screen, and then I think it went back.
well he's
Just
on.
scroll up. Take the bottom of the screen
It said because he was on the committee. He's
Bottom.
on
That's what I'm doing, bro.
to the very bottom. What are the apps? at
More
the very,
results.
it should.
Oh, I see it. I see
It
it.
should give you
Alabama
the.
State, St. Francis.
There you are. Yeah, you got it.
What? All right, hey, shout out, you know what I'm saying? Alabama State, man.
Kylie checking in.
HBCU,
What's cracking,
man.
Kylie?
Oh, hey, guys, what's up?
Congratulations, man. Keep it going. St. Francis. Okay. They won by 2 too.
I know.
All right, so who's gonna be the big upset on March Madness?
Ooh,
Who's getting knocked
we gotta
out
look at
early?
the whole graph.
Who's getting?
Yeah, we gotta look at the whole thing.
Who's getting knocked out?
Yeah, no, it's got to be quick. Got to be quick. Tell me.
I gotta
what's
see
wrong.
the graph. Can we hold this one to next week?
Who's getting knocked out? I want to say Florida's getting knocked out since they're the
Who are you
favorites.
playing?
I don't know, but I want them knocked out.
That's why we need a graph.
on the next episode of
I-
Native
we need to
TV.
In my opinion, if someone's got a lot of momentum going to the tournament is the perfect time for them to get upset.
For sure. Like
The
Auburn.
only team that ever, well, Auburn doesn't have as much of, so Florida has all the momentum. Auburn is number 2 in that thing. I think Auburn is going to pick it back up, is what I'm saying.
They defense crazy.
Because that's what you,
It's Bruce Pearl that's coaching them. He used to coach at Tennessee.
he did. But the thing is that Florida has so much momentum. If they burn out before, unless they're like UConn, because UConn won the Big East and then won the tournament when they had that 1 year with
Yeah.
Yeah, with Kimball Walker.
Hey, hold on now. Hey, hold
Oh,
hold
they
on.
knocked
no,
over
no,
our
no,
guy.
Hold on, hold on.
What's going on here?
So, like, we got to get them more credit.
What's going on, homie? What you doing out there?
Making love to the liquid death.
Hey guys, please don't touch our blow up. Thank you.
Hey, so like with UConn,
Got you.
Kimba did his thing, but we can't forget about Shabazz Napier because Shabazz.
I feel like I should have stood up and
Shabazz
screamed
Napier-
and scared the shit out of everybody.
that
The
year,
mad scientist, literally.
that year that Kimba won the
Use a
national
scary
championship
voice
with
and
UConn.
use this eye to look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
their
just,
eye.
Shabazz Napier is a
I'm
beast.
sorry.
Well, okay, that year that Kimba won the national championship.
Seen a big fish.
Shabazz
Remember,
Napier
you
was
can see,
playing right
you can
alongside
see
him.
your
He was
death
the starting
in the
point
old
guard.
witch's eye.
And then you had Kimba.
You just got to fucking walk up
Then
and
a
just
couple
fucking hit
years
him
later,
with that.
that's when Shabazz won another championship with UConn. So he actually got two.
And they won back to back last year and the year before. But
Hey,
they can't three-peat, can they? They're an 8 seed. Are they better than Auburn? Are they better than Florida? Are they better than
Auburn, I
St. John's?
I like your call on Auburn because I understand that Auburn they got real good defense.
They do?
Yeah.
They crushed
And-
UK.
and
they
they-
beat UK by like
and-
28 points.
And the fact that they being coached by Bruce Pearl.
Yeah, they
They
rock.
being coached by
24
Bruce Pearl,
points, they rock.
for sure.
94,
Bruce
70.
Pearl is he's a great coach.
He is.
So I know,
He's been in the league for a while.
I definitely won't like disagree with you on Auburn.
Well,
As
I think
much
you
as
should.
I
I think
hate
you
to
should.
admit it, 'cause I'm real
should.
tired.
I think you should revisit that
that's
Joker.
football,
That
though.
Joker conversation.
I'm
Look
not
at his
doing that.
stats.
I'm not doing
Look at
that.
his stats.
No,
I'm going to
that's
bring
something
this
I'm
up
sticking-
next week.
I'm sticking
Probably
by that.
just to ruffle Yaman's feathers, but I'm going to bring this.
I think
up.
Joker's the best player of the NBA. I think Joker
He's
was the best
not.
player last year. I think he was the best player the year
He's
before.
talented, but he's definitely the
Talented.
best player
He
in
is the
NBA.
least athletic. In fact, he's probably the
That don't
least
mean you're the
talented.
best player in the
See, I don't
NBA.
feel like I have enough knowledge on this particular player where I want to like
He's
chime
talented.
where I want
He
to
got-
chime
he
in.
got
But
game.
Throw it in, bro. I'll
no,
I'll
no,
give you
best player.
something.
No, at this
He is
point,
not
you're
the best
making me
player.
want to take
He
some
is
time this
definitely-
week and then check back in with you guys next
Watch all
week
the
after I've
highlights.
done
He is
some,
If you want to
done some
bring, if you want to throw your
research.
hat in, I'll
He
give you
is
some
not the best
stats.
player in the
Yeah.
NBA. You
But
lost
I'm not
your
even giving him
goddamn mind.
stats. You want stats? We can go stats. Joker
Everything
did.
ain't
Joker
about
did
stats.
literally something that's never been done before.
It's not about stats.
30, 20, 20.
That's crazy. That's fucking
30
crazy.
points, 20 assists, 20 rebounds. Never been done. Tim Duncan didn't do it. Michael Jordan
mean,
didn't do it.
It's not-
Shaquille
It's
O'Neal
not
didn't
hard-
do
It's
it.
not hard to get an assist.
Is it not hard to
If
do
I'm
30,
playing-
20, 20 when
if
it's never been
all
done
four-
before?
If all four of us is at the court
Previous
right
basketball
now,
player, get on the
if
NBA
all
court and do that.
Four of us is at the court right
No.
now. I can get 20 assists off all y'all.
Yeah,
No,
but
no.
I'm not an NBA player.
You want me to tell you what? All let's go.
He
listen,
played against NBA players,
gotta do-
and he's also not athletic.
It's not, but it's still the game of basketball. I'm gonna understand what's the best way you can score. What's the best way you can score? What's
Be
the best
7
way you
foot
can
and
score?
shoot.
And I know what I can
Over
do.
at the 6-footers.
I can hoop.
If I know
I play
Jake can shoot a
basketball as
three,
well.
if I know Jake can shoot a three, and I know I can get to the middle and I can collapse the defense, then I'm gonna go to the middle, collapse the defense. Jay's gonna be in the wing. I'm gonna kick Jay the ball. He gonna shoot the three, knock it down. If I do
And
that,
I'm gonna lick my finger.
And you know what you say to Joker? Joker, go down
I do
and
that 10
You know what you say to
times.
Joker?
And I
Go,
do
Joker,
that
go
10
down and
times,
score. And
that's
he's
10
like,
assists.
yes, boss. And he'll go down and he'll score right away. It won't
You
even
know
matter
what?
what you do because you can't stop Joker.
oh my god,
Look at his percentages.
I think.
I bet
look,
he's got the
here's-
best
here's-
percentage in the last 5 years over any player you
Efficiency
could.
might be real.
Here's-
Because he
Here-
never
I agree
misses.
with
He's 7 foot.
Here's where
And
where,
he's slow
where,
and still
where the-
gets there.
Here's
Because,
where
see, he
I
got
think
that-
the
he got that big
disconnect
boy weight
is.
on him.
I need
Here-
help me,
here-
help me.
here's where I think the
Because
disconnect
Joker
is.
can't
but-
jump over a car.
No, because of the
Let
fact
the man
that
speak.
it's so goddamn hard to get a 30-20-20 in the game of basketball that like
That means
if
they
you're
playing defense.
if you get 20 fucking rebounds in one game, is anybody else fucking rebounding?
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
Let me tell you what that
But
means.
you're 7 foot
That's-
tall.
That means when
But
the
that- but
ball
that- but
hits
that- that's
the
what I'm
rim,
saying.
That means when the ball hits the rim, everyone else moves.
Everyone
out the way
else
'cause
is
they
out
wanna
of the
hit
way
fast
because-
I
break.
watched the
or
game. I
lazy.
watched it, and they
Everyone
were not
else-
doing that. So.
Everyone else is hitting fast break because they're like, oh, we know Jokic just go get the rebound. So we go hit fast break early.
But he also
and
got
get the
20
transition
assists
started
and
early.
30
So he gets
points.
the ball. So he gets the ball. Everybody else is already in transition. You say he got court vision,
Outlet.
right? So he turns around. He finds
Outlet.
the open man. He passes him the ball. It's a layup. Boom. That's an assist. That's easy. That's the basics, the
That's-
fundamentals of
you're-
how basketball is supposed to be taught.
You're double dipping at that point because you're getting a rebound and an
And
assist
Exactly.
right there.
If
so you're
you
double
can
dipping.
make the play.
That don't
But-
make him great.
but
He
that-
just
that-
play
if
the
you
fundamentals.
can
I'm just-
He
make
ain't no
the
different.
play.
He's
Right.
just a better version of Tim Duncan.
Can
I'm
you
just-
make the play, Tim Duncan?
I'm
Can you
just-
make the
version of
play,
Tim Duncan.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Can you make the play, Shaquille O'Neal? I don't know if any of those guys can make the play. That Joker.
Don't ever compare him with Shaquille O'Neal, please. We're not doing that.
He's a better scorer than Shaquille O'Neal.
All right, so like, look.
Pulling out stats.
Hold up.
Shaquille
It's
can
10,
dunk
16,
over
man.
anyone.
I gotta
bro.
go ahead and get up out of here, bro.
Yeah.
he's
All right. Well,
I
this-
bet you Shaq would agree with me.
look, man. The way that I look at this, I look at it on both sides.
Shaq
because-
can't shoot a free throw. Joker can shoot all the free throws.
Yeah, and
think-
Shaq's
could-
hand
could-
is
could the
also
Do a
like,
hack
could-
a Joker and
could
see
the
if you
Joker
win.
guard
Hack
Shaq
a
in the
Joker,
post?
see if you win. He'll
Could
be
the-
down 30.
Could the Joker guard Shaq in the post?
Probably not.
Exactly. All right, so.
But I didn't say he was defender. I said he's
You know what I'm
an offender.
saying? You say he's
I-
the best
He's not
player in
You
the
said
world.
the best
Man,
player.
listen, bro.
You said best player.
He's the best player.
Are you
Yes,
saying he's the best
listen.
offense?
No, I think
player?
he's the best player in the world.
So that means he got to play both sides equally. Best
No one can
best
in the
player in
league
the
can
world
defend him.
offensively and defensively.
No one can defend him. It's an offensive league.
I see Steph Curry's shots, and I'm like, there's no way that you can't compare the
But
two.
if Steph Curry has an off night, he can't put up as much assisted points as Joker does. So if Joker doesn't score all the points, he can still put up 20 assists.
I get
Steph
that.
doesn't really do that. Steph
I-
has to run to make his
I,
points.
I
He has to run in
understand. I understand
circles until-
the value in
He don't
in
run
the
in circles.
assists,
He
rebounds,
does.
He
and
runs
points.
off screens.
He runs in eights.
Yeah.
He runs off
But
screens.
100%.
But
Yeah,
Joker
all
can't
the
run in
time.
eights. Joker's moving
We
slow
gotta-
and still putting up
for
30
all,
points.
for all the little children, you know what I'm saying, or
All the
teenagers
children.
who's watching this podcast.
It's past your bedtime.
He doesn't run around in circles. He runs off screens. It
does
can
run
be
off screens.
confused with running in circles.
Well, screens
but
are
you have
made
to
for
run-
him.
You're running off screens.
Yeah, screen, but like Steph is so good at the shot where he can just run off the
He got a
screen,
quick release.
pop it up, and it's in. It doesn't matter.
You can't teach that.
Right, and it doesn't matter.
teach that.
It's not like he's got to set up on a 3-point line. Like he'll be 2 feet behind
That's
the
JJ
3-point
Redick.
So
line.
would you take Steph
JJ
Curry
Redick
in a
is one of the
draft
best.
Fuck
over
JJ
Joker?
Redick.
No, I fuck with JJ Redick.
No, I'm just
He
kidding.
doesn't like
Hey,
JJ
I fuck
Redick.
with-
He-
you don't like
He's got
JJ
personal.
Redick?
He's got
I fuck
personal
with
beef.
JJ Redick, bro.
I
JJ
sat
Redick is one of the best college
I sat
shooters of all time.
courtside, and he wouldn't stop looking at Kalen, bro.
He's got